because she did her internship at a vet this summer.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, yeah, like we're doing this for us, not for him, because he's struggling.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
and then like they get to a point where they can barely walk, and
yeah,
so
he wasn't even walking.
no.
And the crazy thing about it is, all the other dogs just laying around. They're sad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No high energy in the house.
Would you like some comfort?
You know what?
Schmeeth and Schmolnick. Enjoy hell, Oreo. You're really, I mean, Schmeeth.
Wow.
Schmeethen.
Wow, too soon.
Jesus, too soon.
So
he's ruthless.
I will say this.
He's writing Hallmark cards.
Yeah.
That's like his real job, probably. He's like the head of Hallmark.
Yeah. You know what did make me feel better is I watched the Dolphins game.
Yep.
And I can't emphasize this enough. If you have a running back that has good eyes, you want to start him off tackle and tell him just run with your eyes. And that opens up the whole football field. If you run a sweep, it eliminates half the field to the running back.
Okay.
And so when you watch these guys run, some of them cut it back, some of them bounced it, some of them hit it straight ahead. They had so many more options to run the football, and they did it with confidence, right? Hard running. And I'm like, this is what I want to see. This is the starting point. And I tell these guys, the guys I golf with, they say the Dolphins are soft. And I'm like, listen, man, you think every single player on the Dolphins team went his whole football career without playing physical football? It's in them. It's not a surprise that now they have to play physical. They have. I think the coach put him in positions to not be physical. Basically, he took a Lamborghini to a monster truck rally. Right? Because when December and January hit and you needed that monster truck, you're sporting a Lamborghini.
You can't have a Lamborghini go up against Gravedigger.
Right. But that's what it looks like every December and January. Am I wrong?
No, it has been. That has been the case. There's no doubt about it. But I do think I agree with you. I feel like I watched that second half of the game because the first half
straight ahead. It looked like every play was tackle inside, let the running back run with his eyes. They were comfortable. They ran physical. And I'm like, good.
I would say that the first half was torture to watch.
Yeah, they tried the little toss.
It wasn't just the Dolphins. It was just penalties.
Football.
It was I'm like, oh,
preseason football.
But then we hit a rhythm there in the second half, and we got some good football from Quinn Ewers, and we got some good running from Ollie Gordon.
Yep.
The new guys, the new running backs,
just right off the streets. Right off the street running like, yeah.
So I thought the second half was a lot more entertaining, but I don't know, man. Something about this Ollie Gordon speaks to me. I like what he's bringing to the table.
And the funny thing is that if you run those same plays with Achane, right? He runs that way. He runs very physical. So I don't want to hear about the physicality ever again, because we have seen this team, when it gets down to it, play a physical style of football.
Never again. I never can bring it up. I mean, what if they stink?
Yeah, well, and what did I tell you? We'll know Mike McDaniel's future in the first 3 weeks of the season.
Pretty much, yes. I agree with that.
Because it has nothing to do, for me, it has nothing to do with wins and losses. It has to do with how they play and whether it's going to be sustainable in December and January, and you'll be able to tell.
Let us get to our headlines, which are brought to you by Doral Kia. Choose from over 500 new Kia miles in inventory at the Sports, Sorrento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. As Leroy said, the Dolphins, they beat the Lions 24-17. Looked like we were almost headed for another, probably a 2-point conversion off for the win, but huge play at the end with that pick. What was that, guys? Ethan Robinson was that guy's name? Or that was a hell of a pick that guy had to end the game.
Yeah, it was.
It was like a go-go gadget. He had the arm up and ended that puppy. Very, very thrilling win there for the Miami Dolphins, and they end up winning to get their and by the way, by my count, the Lions, good for you guys. You want to practice. Dolphins, that's 2 out of 3. They won the series. They took the series.
Well, and here's the other part that, and I'm going to say this because I understand. Like, it is a good building block for the Dolphins to play football in that manner against a team who has been known to be a physical football team. But it's still preseason. Okay? It's a 90-man roster. And so, although I was impressed with how they played, I'm just going to leave it at that. The success or failure, the win or the loss, is the least important thing to me. The most important thing was how they went about business. So I'm not going to read into too much about beating the Detroit Lions in preseason. I'm not. Hell, wait. What do you make of Chicago beating Buffalo and putting up 500 total yards?
I like it.
Yeah, you like it, but what in the big scheme of things, what does it mean?
I don't think it matters. Okay. But
you got to put things in perspective.
I'm not coming out of this thing with the score of the Dolphins, but I do think, like, look, if we're going to have preseason reps and the rookies are going to look really good, I think that's good news. I mean,
yes, absolutely.
I don't know how else I'm supposed to take that. And I thought, Ewers looked a ton better than he did the first game. The Dolphins' defensive line, this young crop of defensive linemen that they have
all over the place.
With obviously Kenny G has made an impression, but new Jordan Phillips, we like him way better than old Jordan Phillips.
Well, he's almost as big.
New Jordan Phillips was impressive. He's all over the place, causing havoc. Zeke Biggers is causing havoc. I like this crop.
How do you be a defensive lineman and your last name is Biggers?
Speaking of the defensive line, we have some Dolphins news this morning, kind of. Matthew Judon is apparently visiting the Miami Dolphins.
Whoa, all right.
And I think people are a little confused. Now, I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, Leroy, but my first reaction when I saw this was like, is Jalen Phillips okay? Like, that was my first piece of but some are saying, maybe they're just trying to temper reps and bring in another vet.
He's more of an outside linebacker.
Yeah.
So what it does is it gives you some flexibility. So when you look at Jalen Phillips, I don't want Jalen Phillips dropping in the coverage, but you have somebody like Judon, a vet there. You can do a lot of different things. And so I think that's why it's intriguing when you can have, your front four, depending on what you have, you can drop both of your outside guys out.
There was a couple
you can go into coverage.
There was a couple of reports this morning that said that there was a deal in place, barring something unforeseen. Barry Jackson says the source confirms Judon visit today, but said there's no negotiated deal agreed to orally or in writing or anything. So for just now, it's just a visit that could turn into a signing.
Yeah. No. So again, it's keep doing your work, right? If there's a guy out there that you think can help your team be better, you kick the tires on it. If it's amicable and both sides are happy with, the monetary, result, then you add a veteran quality player. Simple as that.
I think if most people would look at it, they'd say like if there's a position that didn't look like it needed any additions, it would probably be the outside linebackers. Because you got Chubb, you got Chop, you got JP. That's why I was like, is somebody hurt?
But keep in mind when you think of Judon, he is more along the lines of what Chubb is. Chubb can do a lot of different things. He can drop into coverage. He can rush the end. He can stuff the run, right? And when you have that flexibility at that position, whereas if you put Chop in or JP in, they're mostly going to rush the passer and stop the run. I don't want Jalen Phillips back in coverage. And so it gives you flexibility. That's all.
We'll see. We'll follow it up and see if there's any news of it. Mike McDaniel is going to speak today to reporters, so we'll see what's what with there. He did reveal after the game that Zach Sieler and Achane are both dealing with injuries, but should not keep them out for the regular season. He really gave a really wonky answer on it. It sounded like we're being cautious and they'll be ready to go for the regular season.
Or they just came up with a reason to sit him. I mean, because Sieler packs his lunch and comes to work every day. So if you tell me Sieler,
does he have a thermos?
Yeah, if you telling me Sieler is gonna take a couple of days off, I ain't mad at it. This ain't a situation where I'm worried.
Zach Sieler drinks the soup right out of the thermos.
Right. Achane, if he doesn't play, you know exactly what he can do. He's gotten his carries for the preseason. Remember, I told you need to get a few carries to know how to get tackled, to know how to break tackles, to know how to fall. So I'm okay with it. He got his preseason work, and you brought 2 new guys in, and you got a lot of young guys that you probably want to see them get some run.
Zach Sieler puts last night's country fried steak between 2 slabs of bread, calls it lunch.
He doesn't even use a Ziploc. He just throws it in the pail.
Throws it in there.
You know what that's called? Daddy lunch.
Yeah, tells me that's a waste of time.
I recall
protections.
I was over my grandparents' house, staying over my grandparents' house, and my grandmother told my grandfather to pack me a lunch, and he put the peanut butter jar, the jelly jar, 2 pieces of bread, an apple, and a plastic knife. And he said, hell, we're at the bottom of both of these. You can go ahead on and make it yourself. So I was the only one at lunch actually making my lunch.
Oh, man. You're a good grandson, though. Good for you. Sticking it out. We'll take a break. More to come here on the show. We're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560. Nope. -1 myself. Gonna start off the week wrong.
-1.
Damn it. 104.3 FM, WQAM. Welcome back to the new week, everybody. I got a little shook, though. All right, I saw Leroy bounced off the connection, so I was like, where the hell did he go? So that's why I was a little thrown off there, Brittany.
No, it's okay. Honestly,
Still on me. It's still on me. I'm still going to own it.
Honestly, I'm so happy I don't have your job because I know for a fact that I would mess that up every single time.
I'm gonna get it going. It took me so long to go from like not saying $7.90 the ticket to $5.60 for years, and I was like, oh man. So anyway, I'm happy to be on the FM dial, though. It was actually funny. I said this if you guys weren't listening to Gameday Uncensored, but Mrs. Tobin was actually listening. She's like, I can actually listen to you on the radio now. It's very nice.
Yes.
And
yes.
she was, I was like, oh, thank God you weren't listening when I roasted you for throwing out all my old Marlins hats.
I thought this is where you were going with this. I was like, oh, I thought she finally heard you.
She did it. No, thankfully she did not, Brittany. I figured that out. Now I did tell on myself. I was like, oh, good. She was like, well, I said, it's probably good you didn't listen because I told everybody you threw out all my old Marlins hats. She goes, you're still about that? I'm like, I'm getting there. I'm getting there to forgiveness, but I'm not there yet.
I don't know that you ever will forgive her.
I don't know.
That's something that's going to live on with you forever.
I think it will. But we are streaming live on 104.3 WQAM. We are also streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps. You guys can check us out there. And on Twitch, the handle there, Miami 104.3 WQAM. So that's where you can all find us if you guys want to watch us. But if you're just listening on the FM dial, to all of our listeners who are traveling with us to the Keys and all the way up to Palm Beach County, welcome. We're happy to have you here on 104.3 FM. It is exciting. We got some news during the break. Jukebox says, wait, she did what?
Yeah. We didn't really clarify. That was bad radio on us.
Look, the whole point behind a jukebox, I gotta get there's some NFL news. A lot of NFL news breaking this morning. Apparently everybody's coming off of 2 preseason games. They're making moves. Jukebox says she did what? Okay, so Solana was wearing this ratty vintage Dolphins hat, which is kind of the look now. Everybody likes to wear that vintage 90s stuff that we all had. And, for years it was all being called junk. And so I had just taken a couple days off and I went up to St. Pete. I know we have these things around here, but I just happened to walk in and I walk into this store. I used to call this a thrift store where you just bought people's old stuff. But this is now the rage where they make it look like a cool designer shop and they throw like 90s hats on there. I'm like, this was definitely worn by somebody. This is not new, old. This is just old. But they're selling these hats just like they're the price of new hats. This is crazy to me. This is like when people on Facebook Marketplace try to sell you things like they didn't open up the package. It's ridiculous. So anyway, Solana had this old ratty looking Dolphins hat and people were busting shops about it. And that led to me just revealing everybody. I had a great collection of like 90s Marlins stuff, especially hats. And like I had like the Marlins 97 Wild. That was my favorite one. I actually still wore that hat. And I had that one. I had the some like inaugural series, interleague series hats, some really cool hats. And I'm thinking to myself, I could either keep these or now I could sell these to these junk stores that are selling old stuff and I could finally get out of the way. And for the thing that hurts is the lies. It's not the fact that she threw it out, but it's literally, I was going nuts looking for this, Leroy. For 6 weeks, my wife claimed I didn't throw that stuff out. And I'm just like, hey, let's sit down here because you're driving me nuts.
She's never
I have really been going crazy. Can you just be honest, Posh? Did you throw it out? She goes, I threw it out. And I was like, you threw out my childhood. You threw it out. That was great stuff. She goes, I didn't throw out your childhood. I said, you threw out my childhood.
Hey, listen.
And she lied about it.
She should have been honest from the beginning. But you threw something at her that makes her deny it. You threw away my childhood?
Well, it's just, yeah.
No, that wasn't me.
It was crazy. So anyway, this all led to, she finally listened to us on the FM dial. She goes, hey, you guys sound good. It's nice to listen to you guys clear. I'm like, I know, right? So that's good. Speaking of vintage, Xavien Howard. He's just signed with the Colts.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Xavien Howard.
Did he play last year?
He did not. He did not. He did not play at all last year. He's 32 years old. But he is signed with the Indianapolis Colts, which means week 1 revenge game for Xavien Howard.
Can I just say this?
Ups the stakes.
No. Let me just say this. And this is being as honest as I can possibly be. I welcome that challenge. There's a reason why he didn't play football last year. So you want to get some get back?
Oh, carve him up.
And you haven't played football?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I accept.
Well, listen, as long as Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are healthy, it's gonna be a hell of a test for him week 1.
His hammies are gonna blow right the bleep up.
Oh yeah, man. I know some people are probably wondering though. Like you got to imagine there are Dolphin fans who are wondering, like, hey,
why couldn't we bring him back?
We have a need. Why not bring him back? And here's what I would say.
He's 32. He didn't play football last year. Look at how you're treating the guy who played tight end who didn't play last year. How are you going to get that cornerback up to speed?
All great reasons. And also, if anybody has more knowledge on the guy and they didn't want to do that,
it's the Dolphins.
I would say it is the Dolphins. Now, we know things ended frosty. Remember, like, he came on Joe Rose and he was like, no, that door is closed. So maybe he didn't want to come back. I don't know. He may have been in his feelings about it too. He's like, I don't want to go back there. I'll go anywhere else, but I'm not going there.
I'm trying to think if I would have gone back to Baltimore. I don't know. Like, it wasn't necessarily frosty. Like, there's no guy that I respected more than Ozzie Newsome.
Ozzie would have got you back.
And he was the one that told me.
Would you have gone back to New Browns?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, yeah.
We would have been terrible though.
Well,
I don't know what it feel like going 15-1, 12-4, and then expansion.
Yep. That would have been something. All right, so there you go. Xavien Howard, if you guys are catching up with the Dolphins, it feels like a lot of transactions are going down after this second preseason game, Leroy. A lot of the vets ready to is this dial it up week? Like all the vets who want jobs and wanted to skip camp, they're like, oh, what do we got? 2 weeks to football?
With only 1 week of games.
Yeah, 1 week of games.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready to play football now. So Xavien Howard signs with the Colts. Dolphins held Matthew Judon in for a workout. There were reports they had a deal, but there's now updated reports saying just a workout, just a visit, no deal yet. So we'll keep you posted on that. Mike McDaniel's supposed to speak at some point today. We'll take a break here on the show. Back with more after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you on 104.3 FM, WQAM. Take you rascals up until 2 here on the program. Miami Dolphins got themselves a little preseason action, got a win this weekend. That was fun, and it was enjoyable. I was watching at the same time, though, not to be outdone. And I'm a little disappointed, Brittany, because, you know, I tried to invite my friend for a good time. My friend, Leroy Hort, so-called friend. And I invited him to join me in watching Serbia, Germany for the Super Cup championship. And he rejected me. He wouldn't want to watch.
Leroy, that's not very nice.
Why didn't you want to watch? And now it was in German, I think. Maybe it was in Serbian. I don't really know what the broadcast was in. I got to be honest with you. I don't know what language it was in. But I did find a YouTube stream of it, and man, you missed out.
Did I?
Oh, did you, dude? Because let me tell you something. And if and I'm not mincing words when I say this, Nikola Jović balled the F out for Serbia and really won them the Super Cup. I mean, they are not here hoisting the Super Cup today without Nikola Jović, because let me tell you something about Nikola Jokic. Didn't look too good. I would be worried about that if I was
He looked like it was basketball in the middle of the summer.
Looked a little portly.
But yeah. Okay.
He had the back thing on like he was lifting off of a truck. I was like, that can't be good. They still using those in Serbia? Apparently so.
Well, here's the deal. It's funny that when we talk about bodies, Joker has way worse body than Luka.
Yeah.
And he moves a lot slower than Luka.
Moves at his own pace.
Right.
Moves at his own pace. But I'm telling you something right now, dude. With Joker not playing at his finest, Jović rose like a phoenix and carried Serbia to the Super Cup. And
right.
This was not.
Calm down, Connor.
I know what you're going to say.
Calm down, Connor.
Let's just put this in perspective, though. Okay, this is not, my friends. Okay, before you mock me, this is not Norman Powell dropping 34 on Costa Rica. Okay, Germany is no slouch, and he was going shot for shot with Franz Wagner, who was also playing very well. And there's a time where Jović just had his pocket picked by Franz Wagner, because Germany kept doing the stealing the inbounds thing. They did it like 3 possessions in a row. They cut the lead from like 7-2. And Jović had his cookies taken by Franz Wagner. I just like saying his name. And he responded. He goes, oh, yeah? Check this 3. In your face, Germany, to get them back on track and lead them to the win. Leading scorer, dropping threes like it's hot. Dude, he had this step back 3 over Franz Wagner from Steffland. I was like, look at Jović, dude. It was impressive.
And you know what sucks about that?
What?
He's going to get to Miami, and they're going to stand him in the corner.
Big mistake. Big mistake.
I'm just telling you.
Big mistake.
I'm just telling you, when you see some of these guys play in, like, international basketball, and you're like, this guy's unbelievable. And then they come over here, and they treat him like young guy, no run.
They're not going to do that. I don't think.
But I've said this. I'm like, why can't Jović get more run? He's been a pro at basketball longer than a lot of guys you have in that are playing.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about the Serbian national team, and this is what I also think is impressive. You know, he's been with them now for 3 years, and he was on the World Cup runner-up team. He was on the Olympic bronze medal team, and now he's on this team. But Spo put the challenge, hey, you were kind of a token, like he kind of scoffed at it. He goes, you were a token starter last year.
Oh, wait, he called them old boy from Indiana?
Yeah, he called him a token starter.
Halliburton?
Yeah, that's what he said. You're a token starter. And he goes, I want to see you in the moments of truth. And let me tell you something. We got the truth against Germany in the Super Cup.
All things being equal, Spo called him out. He responded.
Mm-hmm.
What does that do for him here? Because This is
It's
where
gonna do
I'm
wonders.
gonna be honest with you. There's been a lot of situations where we've seen guys play great in other places. They come here, role player.
Not like this, dude. Not like this.
Okay.
Not like this.
Okay.
This is a world
I'm just
power.
saying. Am I wrong for
No,
thinking
I
the way
understand
I'm
what you're
thinking?
saying. I understand the
Okay.
skepticism. I understand the skepticism.
Okay.
But this was different. And let me tell you something. Serbia, they don't like the young. I actually don't think a lot of his teammates like him except for Joker. Because I'll be watching sometimes and be like, hey, Bogdanovic, give him the ball. And then Abramovich, give him the ball. Because let me tell you something. These older Serbian players, they like to chuck up shots.
You know why? Because this is the only place they're going to get some run.
Maybe so. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, what are we doing here, dude? Give him the ball. He's going shot for shot with Franz Wagner.
They don't understand we got to feed the guy who's cooking.
Got to feed who's cooking, dude. And that got lost in the sauce a little bit until Jović just started just draining fadeaways. It was impressive. But I'll tell you one thing. That Joker likes playing with him. Makes me nervous. Better sign his ass.
Oh, so wait. So what you're saying is, and let me get this straight. You're saying that there might be a Tobin situation in Denver.
I don't know if Denver's hip to Nikola Jović, but what I'm telling them is,
when Joker gets back,
all I'm telling them is, if I was Denver Tobin, okay, and I saw that Nikola Jović hadn't signed an extension, and I know that Aaron Gordon may be a little long in the tooth, and I was looking for a new guy to play next to Joker, I'd be looking at that. Now, coincidentally, somebody also didn't sign their big extension this summer. Pat. And maybe you guys should have little Brate play with big Brate at some point. Just saying. Anyway, the Heat also made moves this weekend. They salary dumped Haywood Highsmith. They just sent his ass to the Nets with a second-round pick.
That sounds so cruel.
It really does. It really does. A lot of people were not fans of this. I can understand why you're not fans of this. This made the Heat's roster worse to get under the luxury tax. It's also very strange
now
because the Heat made a big deal of him like giving his number over to Norman Powell and he's going to be number 8 and they made this whole thing. And it makes me wonder, like, were they looking for other options to get under the salary tax? Why was there such a rush to get under the salary tax? They could do that at any point this year. Unless I know he just had knee surgery. Did they think he wasn't going to play? I'm just confused by it.
Right. So I think of it along these lines is that, do you think they always had this as a plan? Because it just seems like it happened out of the blue. It's not an all of a sudden thing. Like, they've always been working to send him somewhere.
Right.
You know?
That doesn't make sense to me because wasn't he the contingency on the KD stuff, like on the KD trades?
Okay. I understand. That was thrown. Shams wrote that article. I know what you're talking about, Brittany. And that was really poorly written by him because let me just tell you, and I really like Haywood Highsmith. He's a great dude. All right. Just plays the right way. He's about the right stuff. There's nowhere on any planet where you're not trading for Kevin Durant and the holdup is Haywood Highsmith.
I agree with you.
I need people to put like I know the Heat fans like to get crazy about everything.
That makes no sense.
It makes no sense in the world. What was reported this weekend by Barry Jackson, which I thought was known, but he put it out there, and if it's got Barry Jackson's stamp of approval, there you go. What the holdup really was Jović. They didn't want to part with him. Now it still may not have been enough. They still may have gotten outbid by the Rockets, but the Heat really didn't want to give up Nikola Jović for Kevin Durant.
That makes more sense.
Not Haywood Highsmith. But what was put out there, and I'm really furious about this, is Draymond Green is out here mocking everybody, saying that everybody wanted Haywood Highsmith to start over Jimmy Butler, and now he's gone for a bag of donuts, which is not what happened, okay? That's not what happened.
Who wanted Highsmith to start over?
Nobody did.
Nobody
did. What the Heat did was they were tired of Jimmy's bleep, and they said, guess what, dude? You're coming off the bench for Haywood Highsmith. And Jimmy Butler's like, oh, really? And he walked out of shoot around. And he was suspended again. Which, by the way,
That was after one-legged 3.
Yeah, that was returning from suspension.
Right.
That was returning from suspension. Which, by the way, masterful job by Spo. That's how an antagonist gets things done. He goes, "Who could I start for Jimmy that would get Jimmy really mad?" Hey, Jimmy, sorry, you're coming off the bench, dude. We want to work you back slowly. Haywood's coming back today. Excuse me? Like, how much would you guys want the security footage of that practice? Because that would have been funny.
Oh, I wanted so bad.
That would have been funny.
So
but
bad.
now, this is
I
what
mean,
Draymond...
how did we not get any footage of that? We got footage of Draymond Green knocking...
Right.
Right.
Someone's gonna have it, right?
have to have
Somebody at Heat headquarters
The
has to
Heat
have it.
are, the Heat as an organization, they're never gonna let that see the light of day.
No, you know what they used it for? I'm going to tell you what they used it for. Here's how it goes. Jimmy and the Players Association are going to fight for Jimmy to get some of that money back.
Yep.
And they're going to go Exhibit A.
Exactly. So Draymond Green, he tweeted out or threaded out. People use threads? That's a thing?
Yes, it is a thing.
People use threads? You use threads?
I don't use threads, but people use threads.
I accidentally end up on threads. I don't use it.
Yeah, I use threads because my Instagram forces whatever I go to.
Yes.
Threads, because we all thought threads was going to be a
Yeah.
thing. But whatever.
I find that a lot of athletes use it, so I'm not surprised that Draymond Green's on there. Like, I always see
Well,
Bam-
because
Sam's a big threader.
here's the
Sam is-
problem.
Twitter, a huge
Instagram and threads are connected. So anything you put on Instagram automatically goes to threads.
Yes,
So
but it's
they
not
may
like-
be using Instagram and it ends up on threads. No,
But it's not on it's not pictures. It's like actually like active. Like I don't
It's
want to
supposed to
say
be Twitter.
tweeting, but it's like essentially like tweeting.
right.
Well, people thought it was going to be a thing for like 3 seconds when Musk bought X and he turned Twitter to X. And I haven't kept strong on threads, but perhaps I should. But Draymond Green, he threaded out, y'all, parenthetics, internet experts wanted Jimmy to come off the bench behind dude. And 5 months later, the Heat traded him for a bag of chips. That's wild. And I'm just wondering, what the hell is he talking about?
Hey,
What the hell? What stories is he listening to from Jimmy Butler?
I'm going to say this too. Okay. That love fest, y'all both getting long in the tooth. This is Jimmy's first year with Golden State, and there's 3 old guys, and all of them are going to be required to play to keep them in the hunt. And let's see who plays the most games.
The funny thing is, like Draymond, and I'm sorry, you smoked this like you do a layup. You really, what you should have just done is y'all, and just could have had it referred to the Heat, and that would have been a great thread.
Right.
Because then you would have boxed in the Heat being like, you wanted him to come off the bench for Jimmy, and now you traded him. But then you ruined it.
But he still doesn't know the story.
You ruined it by putting internet experts. What are you talking about? It's going to be a podcast episode of his, yeah?
Wait, Smeathan
really?
said it perfectly. It's impressive how confident he is saying things he has no clue about.
I guess that is how Draymond Green has
That
gotten
is
this
literally him, though. That is
That is
quite
him.
literally the definition of Draymond Green.
That is how he's gotten this far. The other move that happened this weekend with the Heat was Drew Smith got a 3-year, kind of really a 1-year deal to come back with the Miami Heat. Will which of course which of course made Frog Boy crazy, but we got to take a break. We'll get back into it a little later on and talk about it because the Heat, they got a lot of guards now, dude. They got a lot of guards. They really did need a little more size, but they got a lot of guards. But we got to take a break. We'll get you updated with all the NFL happenings. Our Tua is next.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tonga Vailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 104.3 FM, WQAM. Let's get to our headlines brought to you by Doral Kia. Doral Kia, choose from over 500 new Kia miles in inventory at the Sport, Sorrento, and Telluride. Remember, when it comes to Kia, the great deals are at Doral Kia. I just did my favorite thing ever when it happens, Leroy, during the break. I get these callers, they'll be like, hello, we have an offer. You know how you love to deal with telemarketers.
Oh my God, yes.
Well, my favorite thing has become, if I'm by my computer, is I just start hitting them with Mike McDaniel quotes. And I could just keep them there on the line. And it's just Mike McDaniel going off about whatever. The backup quarterback battle or the line battle. And as soon as I free, they're like, oh, well, let me tell you about, and it's just back to him. And they're just completely shook by it, where it's like, huh? What the hell's going on here? So I'm just telling you right now, dude, what a delight that was, because I kept them on the line for 4 straight minutes. And then they finally go, I think this is a robotic call. I'm like, no, that's what you are. You're a robotic call.
Oh, wait. Hello. Are you there?
Hello. And at one point, the lady goes, I can hear that you're busy. So I'm going to hang on the line because this is an exclusive deal that only you can get. And I'm just like, okay.
What?
And I just keep hitting him with Mike McDaniel stuff non-stop. It was a delight. A delight. Anyway, here's real Mike McDaniel sound. Mike McDaniel talked about the backup quarterback battle between Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers after Quinn Ewers had a really good second half. Zach Wilson was all right too.
I would say this.
Both look pretty good.
Let's be fair to Quinn Ewers. He didn't have a terrible first game, right? It's something to throw a ball into space, and it's something to throw a ball to a receiver. It takes a while to get used to that, and he picked it up pretty quick. Being that his second game, he was much better at it.
He looked really good. Yeah, I thought he looked really good. I thought he looked really good.
And the one thing that we don't ever take in account is when the receiver drops the ball. He had some drop passes his first game, so it made the numbers. Yeah, it made the numbers look a little.
That's true. He didn't look good. I think it was the turn of the ball over too. He got a couple times.
Right. That's it.
I'll tell you one thing though, man. I felt good that D. Eskridge was able to bounce back, because is there a worse guy you feel for in preseason than the muffed punt guy?
Oh,
I mean, that was
one job.
I was like, no, but he bounced back. He had a really good drive.
Dude, let me explain something to you. There is no more dangerous thing in sports than catching a punt.
Well,
because you got 2 eyes and they have to be looking in 2 different directions, because you got to look at the football and you got to look at that rush to see how close they are and whether you should fair catch it or go with it.
I mean this respectfully, but when
it's a job.
No. When you speak to Hall of Famers about this, or should be Hall of Famers about this, they tell you to read the toes. That's okay.
That's only for the direction of the punt.
but it gives you a cheat sheet. Like Eric
No,
Metcalf will tell you, it gives you a cheat sheet,
to catching the ball. What about the people coming at you?
Well, I can't help you with that.
But that's what I'm saying.
But if you read the toes,
your eyes have to be looking at two different things.
right? But if you read the toes, like Metcalf says, you're going to get a jump on it. And there was
doesn't change. Still doesn't change. It is by far the most dangerous job in football.
Yeah. Crazy.
Because keep in mind, you don't get no running start. You're just standing there, and them guys are coming full speed, and you can't help but doing this.
Right.
So,
that's why you want a good toe read. You don't have to do as much.
Oh my goodness! Enough with that. It has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
That's not what Metcalf said.
It's for the direction of the punt. That's it.
All right.
That's it.
Can I ask you a feeling? All right, because
I don't. Can I say no?
I got a football question. I got a real football question.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, you don't. Your football questions come with sidebars and other stuff. And see, I told you agree with me.
Brittany,
and that's how your questions go.
Who was the running back? Was it Jalen Wright? Who had the fumble early on that bounced right to Tanner Connor? Was it Jalen Wright?
I believe it was Jalen Wright, yeah.
What does it feel like when you yak up the football, but you get a lucky bounce and you're like, whew?
I'll give you a perfect example. We were playing San Francisco. I was in Minnesota. Got the ball, fumbled. They picked it and went for a touchdown.
Oh my God.
It is the walk of shame going to the sidelines.
Oh, that right? Has to be awful.
It's the worst because there's some players and coaches that will say, hold on to the ball. And there's other guys that will say, don't worry, you'll get them back. Mm-hmm. Right? But you get all that. Now, these are from guys who's supposed to be on your team.
That's right.
So the very next, they didn't score. They just got the fumble.
Okay.
The very next play, a linebacker caught a pick and went pick six. And I ran on the field in the end zone and said, thank you. Because we ended up getting a touchdown out of it.
Wow.
Right after I fumbled.
That had to feel good.
Yeah.
No, but what does it feel like? I'm not when you do yak it up. What happens when you yak it up, but it bounced right to one of your teammates and you're like, whew?
I've been on both sides of that. So again, when you're a fumbler and somebody else carries the ball, you always chase the play. So we were playing in a playoff game. Randall Cunningham scrambled. He broke free. He's running down the field. He got that ball like a quarterback. And I'm like, oh, crap. Let me go chase the play. They batted it out of his hand. It bounced right to me, and I kept running.
Wow.
Yes. I'm trying to think because sometimes when I fumbled, it was the most glorious fumble ever. So one time I fumbled. I was holding it so tight. A guy came up from behind, punched it, and it went straight up in the air, like maybe 10 feet in the air. And we're all standing underneath it like Mardi Gras, right? And I had a wide receiver who was taller, and he jumped up and caught it. And I was like, whoo, but you still get the same heat. You get more heat if we get the ball back.
So Jalen Wright's still getting heat for yakking
for fumbling. Correct.
Even with Tanner Connor.
Correct. And then you got to watch film. And here's the thing about fumbles. Like, imagine you holding the football and you have it at all the pressure points and you see it on TV. They try to tell you how you should hold it and protect it. And you have all that, right? And then somebody throws a Mike Tyson haymaker and punches it out. Sometimes the defense makes a good play and there's nothing you could do about it. And you just kind of have to just take the heat and go on and just acknowledge that he made a good play. I've had times where I'm holding the ball, right? They see the ball's tight. They grab your hand, right? And start pulling on your hand while you're running, right? And I'm like, oh no, this ain't gonna last long. So I'm just trying to go on the ground. They hold you up, and then the next guy comes in, haymaker, boom. Oh no. Now here's the unfortunate thing about that. I have broken ribs getting punched. Because the guy
like a
was
body
punching
shot?
for the, huh?
Like he hit you with the body shot?
He hit me with a body shot because he missed the football. I saw him punching, so I picked the ball up like this, boom, right in the ribs.
Jeez.
So it yeah. So sometimes, depending on what the situation is in the game or where we are in the game, soon as they start that silliness, I just jump on the ground. Okay, that's enough. 4 or 5 yards, that's good. Because I don't want to be the guy. It don't make no sense to get 10 yards and then you don't have the ball.
No, seriously.
Right. So you just gotta. It's a tough thing, man. When those guys are, because the rules have changed as how they get the ball out. And you see them. There'll be guys coming over the top. Boom, guys punching underneath. Like meanwhile, if they miss, guess who's there? Oh, riblets, and they just tear, dude. And you can't wear I wore the what is it called? The bulletproof vest. I've worn that after I broke ribs, but that's plastic or Kevlar, and the ball slides. So now you're even more screwed if the slightest little bit of movement. So yeah, it's a tough thing. But the way my solution was, if I run hard enough, they won't give a damn about this football. They're trying to get me on the ground.
Rob Higgins says, Tobin, you need to put that caller, the telemarketer, on the air, Phil Hendry style. I feel like we've gotten a lot stricter with the recording of phone call rules, but to be fair,
they doing it to you.
They are doing it to me. So I don't know what the rules are there. I'll probably have to ask Galen, which that'll mean he'll say,
you know what that means.
He's going to say no.
We couldn't even.
But I agree. I should be allowed to put that on the air.
We couldn't even do smelling salts. How are we going to be able to do that?
What if we bring our own? Those are the rules. Oh, man. We'll take a break. We'll hear a little bit from Mike McDaniel. The Dolphins coach talked about the QB battle going on right now after good games from Quinn Ewers. Zach Wilson was better. I'm still not that impressed with the guy, but take a break. Back with more after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here on 104.3 FM WQAM. Let's get to 15 minutes of Gameday Uncensored here, brought to you by the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Get offers on select models now through September 2nd. Learn more at Lexus.com. Miami Dolphins beat the Lions 24-17 in preseason. Dolphins got a much better performance by their backup quarterbacks. No Tua this last game. It was all backups. Zach Wilson finished the day 15 of 23 for 151 yards with a touchdown. Quinn Ewers, 11 of 17, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns, both of them to Theo Weiss Jr., who he's had a real good connection with. The Dolphins Dolphins in the first half got a touchdown by D. Eskridge, who started the game fumbling a punt, but bounced back quite nicely.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I was very nervous. So I was like, oh, no. This was Mike McDaniel after preseason game number 2. This is where he is on the preseason battle with his quarterbacks.
Overreact to results, considering I talk about the process all the time. So I would be speaking against my own. But, I think the biggest thing is that guys, you find things to see if guys can improve upon. Both those guys have done a great job, and Tua's led the way. So, I'm not concerned about that at all. I think the most important thing is that we continue to improve and always do what's best for the team when push comes to shove. So, guys are going to keep working, and we need them to have their best next week.
All right, there you go. I don't know exactly, I don't think he cleared anything up there, but, he said words.
He really didn't. He's just talking, chit-chatting.
I thought when Ewers looked pretty – listen, gave me something to think about. The first game, there was nothing to think about because you were like, wow, that was really bad.
But see, the thing about camp is you have to put more things in perspective than you would during a regular season game. Because in a regular season game, all parties are active participants, right? When you have a 90-man roster, Quinn Ewers may be playing with guys that ain't going to be on the team. That might not be professionals. That might not be NFL players. And so the thing that I picked up on, right, was he was throwing to the right people the first game, but his accuracy was off. So He wasn't throwing it to space. He was throwing it to the players. Tua is really good at throwing guys open, throwing it to open areas, and having those guys run through that opening. That takes time, and he's gotten better at it the second week. So it's very promising seeing him do those things from week 1 to week 2. He's thrown different level passes, has some touch passes, has some balls he had to throw with some zip. So it's a very positive thing. I will say this. If I take Quinn Ewers and replace it with Skyler, we've had the same conversations.
It felt different to me. I don't know. It felt different.
No. It feels different because it's new.
It was way different.
Same story, though.
I don't know. He was throwing to Weiss Jr. Him and Weiss got a good connection.
The Weasel.
I love that nickname. I didn't want to steal it from you. Leroy called him the Weasel this weekend, and I'm like, I love that. That's a point. It is. It's a point. It's objective. The Weasel is a great nickname.
Right.
I don't know if he's going to make the team, but he should.
Just so he
can call him the Weasel.
I get, and I'm not even saying that, like I said, I'm impressed at how he improved from week 1 to week 2.
Me too.
I also, after week 1, put things in perspective. He had a few drop balls. So week 1 would have looked better if everybody would have caught the damn ball. That being said, a lot of his passes that were completed were a little off target that the receiver adjusted and caught. So, that takes some time getting used to. He looked much better week 2.
All right, well, let's do this. Okay,
Yeah.
What is Quinn Ewers against Zach Wilson. What is the leg up for Zach Wilson? Is it just that he makes $6 million guaranteed right now? Because I just feel like performance-wise, like even the touchdown drive, I kind of felt like that was D. Eskridge doing the thing.
Let me ask you a question. And I'm going to say this to you. In as simplest of a way that I can say it. The franchise is worth $8 billion.
Yep.
You're 80 years old.
Yep.
Do you give a rat's ass about $6 million, or do you want a better player?
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay. I'm just saying, like, at some point, you lick your wounds, and guess what? There's been a lot of teams that have been in this situation. Look at Dak Prescott coming in. Look at the situation in Seattle with Russell Wilson. He came in the same time they gave somebody $25 million.
The Giants are going to have to do it with one of their guys.
Look at the Giants. How about Washington? So if it's about winning, don't punish the team for your mistake in the front office.
Can I also ask you a question about Zach Wilson?
Sure.
Does he have a piss whistle? Because I was told he had a piss whistle, and I see a lot of flutters. They were talking about this on the broadcast, too. Is it bad mechanics?
Trying to all right, I'm going to try not to get too technical.
No, I mean, get as technical as you want to.
When they say a quarterback spins the ball, right? It takes a specific skill to be able to throw a ball that looks like a perfect spiral on an arc, right? So when you see that fade, how it goes up and down, it doesn't flutter, right? Spinning it because it takes that perfect arc. A lot of quarterbacks who have cannons for arms can't throw that touch pass over the top of one guy and drop it in the bucket, as you would hear.
Mm-hmm.
That's not their thing. When they try to do it, because the ball doesn't spin as much, it flutters because you're almost throwing like a shot put instead of spinning it. So that's why some of his passes look that way. He's trying to throw it with touch. He's trying to throw it with arc, and it doesn't have the spin to look as pretty as when Tua throws that ball. No matter where Tua throws it, whether it's touch, whether it's a rifle, it has a nice spiral to it. So that's the technical definition of it.
Yeah, it's like an overloaded laundry machine. You know, you throw too much in the washer, all of a sudden it goes.
What?
Right? You gotta have it perfect. Have that cylindrical spin.
Brittany.
What? Don't do that. That's how you do it.
This man, in the course of almost 10 years, has ruined all of my football credibility.
That's not fair.
You just compared
-1
something that I broke down,
mm-hmm.
right, in technical terms, so that people could understand why some of these touch passes or long passes flutter.
Right.
Uh-huh. And you compared it to a washing machine.
You understand?
How are these people going to take me serious?
But the point is they
no, Brittany, do not fall for it. I cannot believe this.
It makes sense.
I cannot.
Like, sometimes people
Brittany,
need help. People need help. They need analogies, Leroy. He's just helping you out.
No, that's not.
And everyone doesn't take him seriously, but they take you seriously. Oh, there's Leroy with his, fascinating, perfect explanations, and then Tobin's here to,
I'm here for the dum-dums.
Yeah, to make it an analogy for people who didn't understand what you were saying.
No, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like, have you ever tried to get a washing machine through a bigger load of laundry, and all of a sudden it goes too much, right? It'll get through it, but it's not going to be the prettiest. But when you have the perfect balance there in the washing machine, that's a perfect spiral. Football.
And then you just tee Smeathan up. He really thinks we come here to take him seriously. I didn't understand. Dolphin K, stop lying! Stop lying! Why are you guys egging him on?
What do you mean? You guys get it, right? Did anybody not get it? We all got Leroy. You know?
Why? I'm just they say, hey man, why don't you do this or that? I said, my career went to die. This is where my professionalism and my career about a sport I love just went to die.
You ever try and throw a comforter in the washing machine?
No.
Okay.
Okay. For you jackasses out there who says Leroy doesn't wash clothes, when your washing machine flutters like that, you just go and move the clothes around.
Right.
Until it doesn't flutter. That's it. Just
Stunt Steve says, as dumb as Tobin usually sounds, he's not wrong here.
Yeah. Jennifer, thanks for coming to my defense. Kinda. Oh my God. Got to go to the laundromat. Who goes to the laundromat?
I know who goes. Us.
Oh, well, not
actually.
No.
Our read's not for another hour, but you should go to A&T Dry Cleaners. I bet you he knows exactly. I bet Ara knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, they do comforters, but they got bigger.
Yeah, they got
machines.
the industrial size. Like
Yeah.
when you got A&T Dry Cleaners facility, you could probably throw like, I don't know. You could probably put a hotel's worth of comforters in the machine.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I don't know.
You
But
can't.
I'm just saying, like they got themselves a real chooch when it comes to the washing machine. In my simple, humble washing machine, you know, if I throw in a big load of laundry, so it's gonna flutter down the field.
Hey, let me tell you something about socks. I don't know if my washing machine eats socks, but Big Spoon eats socks. Right? It's like a death match. 2 socks enter, 1 sock comes out. Right? And I say, hey, when no, or they end up with Fonz or Rebecca. So here's what I did. I bought socks that have L and R on them. Right?
You're having trouble keeping up?
And I'll be damned if I didn't open up a socks that she washed and it was L and L.
No, that happens.
I'm like,
Jennifer tried to like explain to us that it goes somewhere, and I don't know. She sounded like there was like Narnia in your
right, like underneath the, yeah, yes, left and right. I will show you the next break. I will bring an L and an R, and then I'll open up another pair, and for some reason, there's an R and an R, but I haven't found the L and the L yet to put them back together. Why do you need directions on socks? So I can get 2 socks back. Otherwise, I'm going to get just 2 black socks that don't match.
You need to put like serial numbers on your socks.
Yes. Scan them. I need a QR code for each sock. So boop, boop. Okay, match.
Take a break here on the show. Leroy will hand out his game balls and game bums next. bum, 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 bum. This guy's a ball. Welcome back, everybody. Are those shadows or are your socks quite blue on the bottom?
Oh, that's blue. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Blue. See that?
I see it.
L and R.
You really having trouble with that?
Yeah. I'm solutions oriented, baby.
Oh, man. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. The channel on YouTube, 104.3 WQAM. On Twitch, Miami, 104.3 WQAM. Here on the FM dial. Streaming live on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps. Leroy, what do you got today on this Monday for your game balls and game bums?
So my game ball goes to 3 people, but the same situations, right? Same circumstance. Mike McDaniel, the O-line and the D-line.
Okay.
If you want to win in December and January, those 3 have to be in sync with how you do things on the defensive line, how you do things on the offensive line, and how you run the football. The running backs also ran the ball extremely hard. They ran with their eyes, so they found little cracks and then exploded through those cracks. It was overall, I was very impressed with how this, unlike other years, how this is really, they look like they're trying to come up with a solution for this and what they're doing in camp, who they're playing, who they're practicing against, how they're playing these preseason games. It seems to be all working in the general direction of being more physical up front. So I'm happy to see that. And it's improved from week 1 to week 2. And hopefully it continues on.
Nope.
Man,
Nope.
I mean, my game bum. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to have to say Scotty Scheffler is new Tiger Woods. He's done something that only Tiger has done in the last 40 years, win 5 tournaments back to back.
Right.
However, we're not here to celebrate him. We're here to talk about the Yak Fest that was one Robert McIntyre.
Oh, no.
Who started the day with a 4-shot lead, and it was gone by hole 7.
Whoa.
Yes. So,
what happened?
And he, dude, the guy was making every putt and hitting every fairway. And then he went to hitting no fairways and making no putts. And so it was hard to watch. It was worse than the Fleetwood thing. At least Fleetwood lost. He shot under par. Somebody just played better.
Right.
He was 3 over.
This guy opened the door.
Oh, yeah, it was tragic. It was like watching a car crash in the last lap of NASCAR, right? Oh no, he hit the wall. It was. I hate watching it because I like seeing the guys win, but you got to give credit to Scotty Scheffler, man. Like, he's doing some of the same things that Tiger did, and we just refuse to kind of acknowledge how dominant he's been.
He's been killing it.
Yep.
No, there's been no doubt about it. He's been killing it. So there you go. That's your game balls and game bums for this weekend. That is what we got. Dolphins have their final preseason game coming up against the Jaguars. So we got a couple of real personalities going at it. Head coach
practicing against them.
I believe they are. I think just once this week.
Okay, so the game's on Saturday.
Yes.
Okay, so if the reason why they practiced twice was they practiced twice against Detroit. They practiced twice against Detroit. Once against everybody else.
Against Detroit, once against the Bears, and once against the and once against the Jags this week.
Okay, so the plan is working so far. You're playing against or practicing against 3 teams who are formidable up front, especially on the defensive side. and you're putting yourself in tough situations to compete on a weekly basis because that is getting you ready for the season. So, yeah, like the plan is great. I'm not going to say the plan is not great. They're trying to fix what has ailed them the last couple of years. However, even as excited as I am about what I've seen and the improvement from week to week, both by Quinn Ewers, by the running game, how they responded to getting dominated after the first practice, all these things, I'm still going to chalk it up to say it's only preseason. But in fairness to the Dolphins, they are running basic offense also. So, yeah, I'm excited. I hope that this is what the season looks like. I hope that this is the direction that takes them into the start of the season. And if they do, like, man, you know how hard it is to have a 15-play drive?
Very, very hard.
Right. And they do it like with ease. For a team that is as wide open as they say, they methodically move the ball down the field. And that's kind of what San Francisco did.
You know what I didn't like, though?
What didn't you like? Hold on. I have to ask this question.
Yeah.
So I can get my mind right.
Okay.
Is this serious or silly sauce?
Serious to me.
No.
Can I ask Brittany if she felt the same way? Brittany?
Go. Ask Brittany because I'm like.
Brittany, did you love or hate the virtual measurements? Because I got to be honest with you, I think I hated it.
I hated it.
Oh, they didn't do the chains?
No chain gang.
Chains.
Now they showed this last year, but Brittany, like, it lost something, did it not?
It did, and I hated. So I was actually, after we did Gameday Uncensored, I had to go work a bartending job, and I was like on the corner of like the TV, so I was watching the TV like this, trying to see the game, and there was a weird glare, and I see inches, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, inches? So I'm like, oh, is it just like third and inches? Like, I'm so confused. And then I go look, and it's like third and 8 inches. And I'm like, wait, what are we doing? And so I didn't like it because it was very confusing, and I didn't appreciate it.
Dude,
so my question is this. Don't you want it to be right?
Okay, here's the thing. One, I don't trust it.
How come? Wait. So look, once they put where the first down marker is, they can digitally determine where the first down marker is. Once they mark the ball, they can always go to that spot.
That's what they say.
The chains don't get moved. Links don't get tangled.
It took too long. Then you have Mike McDaniel, who's looking at the referee on the sideline, he looked like he had a television on his watch. I'm like, is he Inspector Gadget? What is happening here right now? Mike McDaniel's trying to look at it. They're trying to look at it. And we're trying to figure out what could have been done in 10 seconds with the chain gang.
No, it's not. Because first of all, you got to bring the chain gang out. Let's just say this. In the business of officiating, the chain gang has been doing it for the longest, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I get it. They're old.
Okay. You got to bring them out. You got to unkink the chains, right? Then one guy sticks it and the other guy pulls it, and you hope that he does it straight, right?
Yeah,
no.
Football. There has to be some human
10
error.
yards. Wait, 10 yards is 10 yards.
There's two things they can't take out of football. They can't take the kicks out. That's why they keep changing the rules, because then it wouldn't be football. It'd be a ridiculous name for the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't take the chains out.
No.
And even Camper was like on the broadcast, and he was like, you can tell he didn't like it. And they just show that they did this last year. They were just testing it, and I was like, what the hell is this? They're just showing it on the screen. And the argument I always get is tennis. And it's like, okay, here's the thing with tennis. Tennis it's very important. First of all, you're talking about points. Second of all, it's happening all the time in a match. These things are razor thin on line. We need, like, how many measurements are there a game, Leroy? Two? And I need to go to this computer that I'm supposed to trust that they're just on the up and up. The chain gang is honest. It's honest work.
It is.
And I don't like it being taken away from us.
And you're taking away work from people as well, which I don't appreciate.
Well, they still have them there. I don't know if they get the same. I mean, like, let's say you had
like,
the
you know,
best.
you get half the pay now.
No,
because
you
the
need
computers
here's,
have
here-
to work.
you don't need the chain. Okay. Oh my goodness. Why?
You do. There's something.
But
Leroy, like,
Brittany,
there's
hold on. You
something-
don't need the chain. You need the markers, so everybody can see the yard to gain or the line of scrimmage. So those you do need the markers, but to have the chain out there, like you don't need the chain.
No, it's so
Yes.
good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Oh
Like,
my
you're gonna tell me
goodness.
there's a playoff
It's-
game
Wait,
happening,
wait.
and there's a fourth.
I'm
you
the
know, there's a
oldest person here.
five.
Yeah.
Why am I okay with moving forward with technology?
Leroy,
And you guys are
it's one of the most like, give me a more satisfying thing in sports when your team either stops somebody short or gets it, and the chain reaches out and it gives you a measurement that you are looking for.
Yes,
It's one of the best feelings in sports.
it really is.
And they've taken it away for cartoons. And
No,
like
wait,
sometimes
no.
you say
so you're waiting. Look, they mark the chain and you pull it and you look at that. I don't think he
It's
got
the
it.
best.
I don't think he
it's the
got it.
best feeling ever. Exactly.
dude, it is
So
one of
wait.
the best feelings.
So wait. So you like the anticipation?
Oh, I love it.
course.
I love it.
What about
That's
when
drawing
guys
us
go to the
game.
sideline and the chain just gets bent up or the marker?
Dude, I'm telling you, I can see on Mike McDaniel's face he didn't like it because he's looking at dude's wristwatch with his television screen on there. He goes, "What you got over there, huh? What you got? What you got? What you got?" You know, so he wants to just see that. I don't like it.
Neither
Can
do I.
somebody ask? Like, I don't know if any reporters are listening today. Can I get his honest? You know, it's a fun press conference day. Can somebody ask Mike McDaniel how he likes the virtual measurements? Because I think he hates it. And I think we all hate it.
But would you agree that the virtual measurement is more accurate than the
That's what they
chain
say.
gang?
That's what they say.
I don't care.
Yes.
if
I don't know
it's
if it is.
accurate.
No, dude, let me explain something to you.
Isn't it
Here's
still by-
here's the other thing you have to realize. They got to take notes, because when they get blown up on the sideline, they need to know where the hell they got to put the mark back. With the virtual, you don't have to do that.
why can't they just have the virtual mark, like have a like something in like their ear, like a metal detector? They put the base and then they can extend it. We still get the chain gang.
I
You know,
agree.
I don't like this idea of, you know, it's good in theory. You ever go to your local pharmacy and you have self checkout? Some of them work good, like Publix's, but some of them don't. And they're like, please put it in the bagging aisle. Please put it in the bagging aisle.
Oh yeah, they make you
Yeah,
put
yeah,
each
yeah.
individual
Yeah,
item.
yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Publix used to do that.
right. And like it freaks out. And they're like, someone's on the way. It's like, well, you know what? This person could have just been a cashier.
Yeah.
And so it's good in theory, but I don't think it's not going to have the satisfaction we all think it's going to have. It's not going to, imagine we're all sitting around and we're watching
Well,
the Super Bowl.
you do realize that in any event, if he doesn't get the 10 yards, it's not a first. Whether you pull the chains out or you go virtual.
Okay, but it doesn't
Yeah,
feel
but
the
it doesn't
same.
feel the same, you know?
Oh my!
It would be like
I
at
can't
the end
believe
of
you
it,
two guys are against technology. I should be the one.
Damn. Like, we're never gonna get. I think we all remember Dallas versus the Raiders in 2017 when Gene Steratore brought out the card and put it. to see-
Yes!
like, we all remember that moment. That's gonna be. We're never gonna have that again.
we're never going to have it. Look how upset you made her knock her camera off.
My camera fell.
Stiff arm style.
Good,
Leroy, I'm
Good.
telling you, Leroy.
good.
Imagine
I don't need the huddling around a group of like everybody. This is it.
No. I
And
want you
this
to,
how everybody stand looking at the chain. Everybody and the officials. Back up.
as a man
You're
who always,
leaning in. You're leaning in, trying to look down the line.
I love that. And you're sitting here and you would have been like, oh man, I don't like that because like back in the day, like, did you have a bad experience with the chains?
No, besides hitting the guys on the sideline. that don't know when to drop them and get out of there.
I'm telling you, dude, there's something about it. When you
dude, 10 yards is 10 yards. I like things to be done quickly, right? I mean, they used to have to take a television timeout for a measurement because it took so damn long.
Man, we'll take a break. Disappointed you feel this way. We're
Really?
back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 104.3 FM, WQAM. Back with you here on a Monday. Miami Dolphins had their second preseason game. We are marching closer to football, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Canes in a couple weeks. Looking forward to that against Notre Dame.
That's at home, right?
Yes.
Or is it? Okay.
Yes, it is.
I'm thinking about whether I want to go.
Oh, you're gonna go a little hate watching on Notre Dame?
Yes.
Yes.
It's the only thing Ohio State, Michigan, and Miami can all agree on. Like, we will hate each other less just to come together to get Notre Dame.
How many texts you get this weekend about Michigan's punishment?
They didn't get one.
They got like 20 million. They got 20 million, and Moore got another game off.
Huh?
They got penalized like 20 million, and Moore got like another game suspension.
Okay. 20 million. All right. Call old Stephen Ross, who's given $1 billion to the school.
It really does feel like all of your reactions to this has been Mwah.
Well, because listen, if they hadn't won the national championship, nobody would care.
Finebaum's calling. Well, yeah, of course. Duh, of course. Finebaum's calling you frauds. Don't ignore me. You don't get to just sit back in your chair and ignore me. It's like everybody from Michigan is just pleading the fifth on this.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's like, I understand everybody's complaints, right? But I also have a problem when people make everything about everything other than the competition. They were a really good team. And that's why they won. It's not that I'm avoiding it. It's just that I don't want to get into the back and forth of, I'm like, that didn't matter. And you say, then why did they do it? I don't know. Barry Bonds was the greatest hitter we've ever seen in our lifetime. Didn't stop him.
It did not. But I think that also goes to, I think, people with all of this, and especially with college sports, because there is a finality with college sports because the players move on. Like, the program stays, but the players move on. And so you're not really dealt with the ramifications. There's a difference with like Barry Bonds in that he had a stain follow him for his career. Jim Harbaugh hightailed it out of there to the Chargers, and he's like, I'm not engaged.
So did Pete Carroll.
So did Pete Carroll. Fair. Totally did.
That's what they do. So I don't and let's be clear. Like, here's the crazy part. Winning that national championship afforded them the ability to make that jump. And nobody's coming back and saying, well, here's what you did. We rescind our offer. Has anybody done that?
Rescind your offer for what?
The head coaching job in the NFL.
No, not to my knowledge. I don't think the Chargers care.
Right.
I don't think. I don't think. But it does leave you like Sherrone Moore does have to sit there, and this guy either gets to coach when he's either filling in for suspension or when now he's being.
I know. Is that crazy? That's crazy. He wasn't even like, wait a minute. I'm not. What?
John, is the hypocrisy of the Michigan fan base. I mean, they are easily among the most despicable group of overzealot fans I've ever dealt with. And the fact that they tried to act like they have a legitimate national championship, they don't. It won't. The banners won't come down. The trophies will remain. But everybody knows they cheated like bandits. Everybody knows that this thing stinks to high heaven. Everybody knows Jim Harbaugh was a total fraud.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
It's Paul Finebaum.
Okay. If he was such a big fraud, then why was everybody banging his door down to come coach us next? Right? So, like, I get, yeah, you should, and I'll say this, probably should be some type of punishment, right? But to say that those guys who, if their cornerback was healthy, would have had 3 top 15 selections from that defensive side of the ball. To say those guys weren't good, and the only reason they won was because they got some calls. Like, is like, and only a person who is in a position like Paul Finebaum, right, will say something like that. But let's think of this. Who's the OG of cheating and doing what they got to do to win? The SEC. So
that's fair.
So while he's sitting here standing on his pulpit, pointing a finger at the Big Ten, like, oh, we're so good. Amen. We don't cheat ever. That's a lie. So stop. Who's the OGs? Does anybody think the SEC does anything legit?
Look, this you mentioned with the Barry Bonds thing, and I got to tell you, look, everybody cheats in college sports. It just is what it is.
So that's when you say when you say that, that's why I think if you win a championship and everybody accuse you of cheating, you're like, okay.
Well, that's why, because the players aren't there anymore. Like Kenneth Grant is off playing for the Dolphins. There's no ramifications of it anymore. Like,
but if they
the only guy
were good enough, I can understand. And let's put this way. I can understand if that team, their best player, went in the 3rd round.
Yep.
They had 5 first-round picks off of that team.
Where's low heaven? He says it stinks to high heaven. Isn't heaven always up?
Isn't low heaven hell?
Whoa. What happened there? We got fired off the tree. Paul Finebaum's coming to take our stuff.
Sorry about that. They're doing stuff with the wide orbit.
No problem. We're good.
So can I mean, low heaven, that has to be hell, right?
I don't know. I don't know what low heaven is.
What bugs me here, John, is the hypocrisy of the Michigan fan base. I mean, they are easily among the most despicable group of overzealot fans I've ever dealt with. And the fact that they tried to act like they have a legitimate national championship, they don't. It won't. The banners won't come down. The trophies will remain. But everybody knows they cheated like bandits. Everybody knows that this thing stinks to high heaven. Everybody knows Jim Harbaugh was a total fraud.
So question: does that mean he's been a fraud his whole career, or he was only a fraud because the guy's had success everywhere he's went?
I don't know when your fraudulence starts. I don't know if you're a fraud forever.
Right. And wait a minute. Was he this wide open about Florida? Or did they have Tim Tebow to cover it up?
I feel like this is the thing with Finebaum. I feel like Finebaum only comes out to tell people that they stink to high heaven. Rare are the times you hear Finebaum not put somebody on the hot seat or say that whatever they did wasn't legitimate. Like, when's the time you've heard Paul Finebaum walk out there and be like, this is totally legitimate on the level? You know?
Right. Even when Ohio State won, what did they say? Oh, it doesn't count. You guys didn't even like your coach and they got lucky. And
who said that? You said that to a bunch of fans at the Vegas airport.
Here's the problem.
Well, you know what it is?
Here's the problem, though. It comes from being a Michigan fan.
Of course.
It does not come from being a Paul Finebaum or somebody of that nature.
Paul Finebaum feels like he walks around clutching his pearls. Like, that's all he does. Like, I feel like if Paul Finebaum, if you were to unbutton that button-down suit, pearls are under there and he's clutching them. Like, I just feel like that's what he lives to do. But I will also say part of the fun of being a college football fan is to tell your rival fan base, you guys are a bunch of cheat losers. And when you win, you're just like, I don't care. Because there are no morals when it comes to college.
Right.
Sports. Like, I don't care how much the Miami Hurricanes paid for Carson Beck. And right now, if Mario Cristobal is not trying to cheat against Notre Dame, I would be disappointed.
But here's the thing. It's like Carson Beck left Georgia and came to Miami for whatever reason, right? And they said something ain't right. Why would you leave Georgia, a perennial favorite, to go to like? There's always going to be a problem.
When is it? So, like, what did they give? They gave Harbaugh a show clause. Like, what does that mean? He's not allowed, so he can't go back to Michigan. Does that mean he's banned from the campus?
I don't know. It means you can't coach college football.
Oh man,
or however many years that is.
How's he gonna get along, man? How is he gonna live?
Yeah, how is he gonna like again? Like, we're not talking about a guy who went somewhere and only had success there because he was cheating. He's had success at every level of coaching that he's been in. So what do you make of that? Oh, now he's only cheating now, right? Like, it's the craziest thing. You know, I will always have a problem when somebody puts it on the other things and not the players. Like, when you have 5 guys off a national championship team going the first round, you're good. Okay, just eat it. Oh yeah, there were some antics and there were some illegal things that happened. Okay, but if that's the case, and you won with no first rounders nowhere on that roster, I could say, how did they pull that off? But I'm not gonna say that. Hell, if they had a healthy corner, they would have had 3 top 15 picks.
Robert Higgins says low heaven is purgatory.
Oh, okay. Low heaven.
Dade South says the idiom stinks to high heaven originated in the 16th century, likely stems from a combination of biblical and literary sources associated with a strong smell with divine or moral judgment. English kicked my ass on that one.
Yeah.
Sanctimonious. You're sanctimonious, dude.
No, I'm not.
You are.
What bugs me here, John, is the hypocrisy of the Michigan fan base. I mean, they are easily among the most despicable group of overzealot fans I've ever dealt with. And the fact that they tried to act like they have a legitimate national championship, they don't. It won't. The banners won't come down. The trophies will remain. But everybody knows they cheated like bandits. Everybody knows that this thing stinks to high heaven. Everybody knows Jim Harbaugh was a total fraud.
What does this coincide? So does this mean Finebaum walks by the banners and just goes like frog white?
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
Pretty much. Like, but for a guy to be part of the SEC, to say those things about what goes on when he is basically all he talks about is the SEC. Would he ever say anything like that about the SEC?
Probably. I don't know.
Would he say anything about like Florida?
I know he's.
And
I know
the
he's,
same guy going to Ohio State. And
I know
then,
he said awful things about Miami. I'm no Paul Finebaum
but
fan.
that's it. But that's what I'm saying. Think about that. Name one negative thing he said about the SEC.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like what he does there is he lets Jethro call in, be like, I need Caleb DeBoer fired. You just lost to Vandy, my friend. So I feel like he lets the like he lets the hillbillies do it.
So he's Pontius Pilate in those situations.
Not me. Not me. Wash my hands of it.
Like he's a Vegas dealer.
Because I need to go to high heaven.
Yeah, like I don't like, so I get it. I mean, hell. The way they are with Jim Harbaugh, they weren't like that with Pete Carroll. Who's the coach that got ran out of Ohio State because of tattoos?
Tressel with his
Tressel.
Yeah,
it wasn't like that with Tressel.
Yep.
Jim Harbaugh has been in your face for so long at all the different levels of football that it's almost like he's low-hanging fruit.
Remember when he called Miami a third world program? I was like, oh, that went over well with Paul Finebaum. Thanks for that.
That's it. That's it. Meanwhile, you got people in your conference named Vanderbilt.
Yep. And then like a fraud went on ESPN with the turnover chain on.
Yeah.
You hack.
Yeah. So I get it. Look, you can have a problem. You could have a problem, right? But you got to justify it with saying there's no way those guys should have won. Can you say that with the talent they had on that team?
No,
I
feel like
can't.
I feel
Right.
like they were one of the most boring teams ever. They just ran the ball down everybody's throats and then trucked them in the trenches.
Again.
Now, that being said, Leroy,
Yep.
I don't understand why you had somebody in disguise. Like, that was crazy. sitting there with a mustache on like Bobby Valentine. Did that guy get a ring, Caleb Stallions or Connor Stallions, whatever the hell his name was?
He got the whole kid and caboodle.
Where's he at?
Huh?
Is he the offensive coordinator of the Chargers right now?
No, wait. What do they call those guys? Quality control. Quality control. That's it.
Man, it's crazy. So Paul Finebaum's upset. The Dolphins, they'll be back getting ready for their final preseason game. Do you feel like, so we didn't get Tua this week, but you feel like, do you think they go standard dress rehearsal this week for the
Yes,
Jaguars?
I don't want to see my starters go basically a month without playing football, without playing in game situations. So if you go week one of preseason all the way to week one of the regular season, that's a month. That's too long. So I would like to see them maybe get a half.
Yeah,
couple of series, go in, make some adjustments, and do it that way. Again, we are seeing throughout football, and this is even in college too, that we're trying to save guys from getting hurt in camp, and it's actually causing more problems in the beginning of the season with you trying to ramp it up and go full game mode without ever doing it since last year. That's a tough thing. So I hope that they at least get some run, whether it's 20 plays, 3 series, whatever it may be, so that they can get in the game mode. They can, do a game plan or whatever.
See Tua with the Weasel.
Talking to the Weasel?
He's not going to be playing with the Weasel.
No, he's not playing with the Weasel.
He's not playing with the Weasel.
No.
I hope Weasel makes practice squad, though. He looked impressive. Guys just catching touchdowns left and right. I don't know if he'll make the squad, but I think there's something there, right? Like if you have a rapport with if you're the go-to guy, like they each had their guys, right? Like
sometimes the position, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes the position is not the person. So put it in perspective, right?
Okay.
Because it's not always like sometimes, okay, what if he's back up to Tyreek and you see the same routes Tyreek runs? And that's the guy who gets it, gets the ball.
Kickback says on YouTube, you guys are clueless. Finebaum ripped Bama for cheating with recruits the entire mid-90s. But that gets back to my original point, Kickback. That feels like all Paul Finebaum does is he just shows up clutching his pearls, just questioning everybody's championships. Like that's what he does.
I'm not familiar with that because that was damn near 30 years ago.
What is Finebaum? He's a Tennessee guy? I think he's a Tennessee guy. I know him and Lane Kiffin were not peachy keen.
Right. Like, okay. Like, think about this. Everybody, right? Regardless of how much people hated Lane Kiffin, could not wait to hire Lane Kiffin. Right? That dude has had 17 jobs and he's 32.
No, but he did hate Alabama so much he left for FAU.
Yeah.
That's something. How about I'm gonna go revamp.
That's like going from the halfway house back to maximum prison.
You're just like, I know winning championships is cool, but I think I'd rather just, rock with my program in Boca. Where like I could go to Blue Martini every night and I could go win this conference like it's nothing. Lane train.
I don't know. I'm just wondering, like, does Miami have a problem? Do the Canes fans have a problem with Michigan? Are they saying that too? Because I got to tell you, back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
What?
Don't what me?
What do you mean? What do you
Don't
mean?
what me?
What do you mean, baby?
And guess what? How many times have I
Why are
said?
you lashing out at me? I had your back.
Let
And
me
now you're
ask you.
talking about my program?
Let me ask you a question. As long as we've been doing the show, did I ever throw shade at Miami for winning them championships and going to the second one?
I don't know, but I tell you one thing. I haven't said one thing about your coaching staff having a costume party. What'd you put with this after on me? Sat there laughing at you with you mocking those Ohio State fans in the airport. What does this have to do with me?
I'm just saying.
I was minding my own business.
I'm just saying. Like even Miami fans talk about Michigan cheating.
All of a sudden,
hold on. We didn't have, we don't have access to party boats on the ocean.
Listen, I don't know what party boats you had going on, but you do have old Connor Stallions in disguise.
Nothing to see here.
All right. I wonder if Connor Stallions ever went rogue and like Jim Harbaugh was like, I don't need help against Central Michigan, Connor. Coach,
I don't know.
Connor, all right, Coach, I got all of the Citadel's plays. He goes, all right, Connor. I got all of them. Ready to roll. Pretty crazy. So anyway, Miami Heat, they made a trade this week. Haywood Highsmith, salary dumped to the Nets. Draymond Green is mocking us, but doing it stupidly because he doesn't even remember.
Draymond Green?
Yeah.
Is it really? I don't consider that a necessary mic drop. Ooh, he got us. Right? That's the same guy who cold-cocked his own teammate, who lost the championship because he kicked somebody in the junk.
That's right.
In the Peanut Island. Right?
Right in the nuts, dude.
Right.
Right.
So I'm like, are we really offended because Draymond Green said something?
I'm not offended. I don't like that the Heat are getting thrown out there. Like, I don't like that they just dumped Haywood Highsmith for nothing, for peanuts.
You know what? Here's the deal. Sometimes in life you make decisions and you live with them. And they made that decision and now they're going to live with it. Yeah, we don't know what their entire plan is. We don't know what else they have in store. Maybe that's why they brought Frog Boys guy back and Drew Smith, and they created some space by doing that.
The only thing I'm worried about with Drew Smith, right? Like Drew Smith, what a story, right? The guy has really persevered, and it's great that he got himself an NBA contract after all this time. However, just saying,
he's very fragile.
He's coming off an Achilles a year after his ACL blew out. So
was it the other way for JP? Did he go knee then Achilles or Achilles then knee?
Jalen Phillips?
Yeah.
He went Achilles then knee.
So
I believe
Drew Smith went knee then Achilles.
He went knee Achilles. I think did Klay Thompson go Achilles knee? I think
he went Achilles knee.
So they signed Drew Smith, and I'm just like, hey, awesome story. I'm happy for Drew Smith. I don't really get it from a roster construction. It kind of just feels like the Heat did something heartless in dumping Haywood Highsmith, and they're like, we got to do something with heart. And so we signed Drew Smith. I'm just being honest with you.
You try to so if you like kick a puppy or something, you got to go help an old lady across the street?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I feel like that's what went on there. And now all of a sudden, like the Heat have, because the Heat had Drew Smith, and Drew Smith was playing good before he got hurt last year. Much to Frog Boy's to Frog Boy's chagrin. But now they have Davion Mitchell, and I feel that's
the only reason why I would be concerned is that you have Davion Mitchell, who you are so excited about, right, and what he brings to the table and what he's done his short time here. What's the point in Drew Smith unless there's some other moves that are being made?
Well, that's what I keep looking at these Heat roster moves, and it almost feels like they're gunning to make a move because it's like they have Tyler, but they bring in Norman Powell, and it's like you drafted Yakachonis, but you also have Davion Mitchell, and you have Pelle Larsson playing well, and it's just like I keep looking at these moves, I'm like this roster just seems so imbalanced. It feels like there's gonna be a follow. I don't know what it is. but it does feel like they're up to something. And also we are like, I don't know, a strained hammy away from Vlad Golden playing every game as the backup center, which maybe will be awesome. I don't know, but I have no idea. I'm just saying it's a little, the roster, the end of the roster moves are a little strange. Like sometimes we get too crazy about this because you don't play that many guys, but I'm happy for Drew Smith, but I'm also confused. That's all. We'll take a break. It's going to be a long one. We're back after this. Mo, welcome back, everybody. Hello, Jennifer. How are you? You gotta throw. Are you mocking me?
Yes.
I don't like that.
I'm glad you caught it.
So you think you could just throw, rub in my face some vintage Marlin stuff, knowing how hurt I am that Mrs. Tobin threw out all my vintage Marlin stuff? You think that's okay?
Yeah.
It hurts my heart.
I mean, no, I definitely feel for you. I wouldn't like someone doing that to me. But, I kind of put it on so, I was listening and I felt what you were going through.
You didn't feel anything. You wanted to just hurt my heart. That's what you wanted to do.
Look how worn down that shirt is.
I know.
Yeah.
97. It's so old.
Worn down is now in.
It's very worn down. Like, I can't wear this in public. I think it'll look so bad.
I will. Yes. It's that one looks like
it has like stains.
It's
that's game worn.
It's game ups. That's what it is. All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. It is time for us to get to that part of the show where we do the Big Bag. All right. Mixed bag. We'll go around some of the NFL training camp and preseason stories. Odyssey Sports Training Camp coverage is brought to you nationally by Geico. Switch and save and get more with Geico. Leroy, are you familiar with the Cleveland Browns?
Oh, it's like it's the only situation in the world where they just took a no quarterback situation and made it difficult, because now Dylan Gabriel had himself a day. Looked really good.
Yep.
Jador Sanders didn't play and looked really good in his last game. And now you have a competition and Joe Flacco's there.
I don't know why Joe Flacco's there.
Right. Like, you brought him in because you didn't think the other two guys would be ready.
Right.
But at the same time, are they just going to say, look, we're going to go with this younger option because this is where we are right now?
I don't know. But speaking of Dylan Gabriel, he was embroiled this weekend in a fake controversy because somebody tweeted out a quote from him that didn't have the question in it. So everybody thought that he was taking a pot shot at Jador Sanders because he was asked on the CBS sidelines about, hot take artists versus players. And he says, well, there are entertainers and competitors. And I think it was ESPN Cleveland who tweeted out just the quote without the question.
Context.
And so everybody all weekend thought he took a shot at Jador Sanders.
Right.
All weekend. And then even Adam Schefter retweeted it and put it out there. So Adam Schefter, who's got his 8 gazillion followers, has everybody thinking that Dylan Gabriel is out here taking shots at Jador Sanders. So here's Dylan Gabriel after the game. This is what he had to say on that whole thing blowing up.
All you in this room are entertainers, and you have a job to do, and I respect it, right? And I'm a competitor, so I have a job to do as well. And I think, just understanding that, that's how I've lived by, and I've said that multiple times, so definitely not a new quote, but something that I've definitely said before. I'm all about our team, you know what I mean, and each other. I would never make that, and I've said it before, that's why it's interesting, but for me, I've explained it. Entertainers are you all, competitor. That's what I am, and all my teammates, and we both have jobs to do. So that's it.
There you go.
He didn't really clarify it.
No, I think what he was clarifying is that he's not taking a shot at his teammate.
Right.
People thought that
it doesn't. You know what? It's the one thing that I hate about social media. There are no ramifications for somebody saying you said something wrong, and you find yourself, even if you're not a social media person, defending yourself because everybody's asking you about something that somebody else said that you didn't say. And that's the thing that sucks there. And now he has to respond to somebody just printing something without giving it its proper context. And guess what? There's no penalty to them. They'll just move on to the next comment.
Moving on.
Yep.
The other team Leroy played for was the Minnesota Vikings. When those two teams play, he gonna be London.
No,
You're not going?
it got canceled.
Oh man.
No.
Tigers and Mash.
Made
Listen,
a stupid video for nothing.
you didn't want
Did
to go.
all of the. I don't. You know what? I'm always. I'm gonna say this. I'd be so happy if it wasn't for people,
Agreed.
because this doesn't, like, as an athlete, right? Regardless of what the circumstance is, if I had done what was done to me, I would be the most hated person on planet Earth, an arrogant, egotistical athlete who doesn't keep his word. But yet I live in a world where, whatevs. So that's the only part that sucks about it. Whatever the reasons are, he could have genuinely good reasons. I don't know. I don't like, again, if I had canceled on him,
Right.
I would have been the world's most hated
Villain.
athlete in the world.
Well, Kevin O'Connell, head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, he was mic'd up for the game, the preseason game.
Can I just tell you, you forget about that, Mike.
Well, he did. And he certainly forgot about the rules of the FCC, because here he was while mic'd up.
Excited about this year's team and excited about this play call, fellas.
What do we got?
What do we have? A fast motion. Oh, no. Oh.
Brosmer, flag, play action, right, Price, coming back. What happened?
Hey, can I just?
Oh no!
Can I just say this? We want access to real life sports situations. Well, that's real.
Oh yeah,
right? Like, you don't know how many times as an offense we've looked on the sideline and the coach was cussing at the top of his lungs, yelling, "That's not the way we bleeping did it in practice. What's wrong with you guys?"
You know your worst fear too as a coach when you agreed to be on mic'd up is something terrible goes wrong. You're just hoping, all right, I get on here for a couple minutes, it's gonna go smooth.
No, it's
and
never
just no penalty.
right. And God forbid, it's a TNT penalty, as Flo would say. Takes no talent.
You could just hear him break down as it was going on. Can you play it again?
Got a good play. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Excited about this year's team and excited about this play call, fellas.
What do we got?
What do we have? A fast motion. Oh, no. Oh.
Brosmer, flag, play action, right, Price, coming back. What happened?
Hey, you notice how everybody tried to like just buzz right by it and pick up on the play-by-play?
Yep.
Like, what? And my question
Trying to be all cute there too in the middle. He's like, we're gonna see what we're gonna call here. Oh God, no.
Hey, but my question to people out there, right? What do you expect if something got off or wrong during the course of a play with a coach? Right? What do you expect? The only guy that I can tell you for absolutely certain that wouldn't cuss is Tony Dungy. Everybody else is like yelling onto the field or whatever.
Yep.
So I don't understand. Like, we shouldn't really be shocked. Like, micing up a player. Really? You want to mic up a player? Like, it's tough out there.
Yep.
Right? And the only guys you can really mic up are the guys who ain't hitting.
Right.
So, like, I get it, but is there too much access now? Or do fans like that? Because there's going to be some jackass that says, but the children, you wait. You recording him and you asked him to go on mic in his environment.
That was actually great access. Like that's what you do want is how
it's not the Pro Bowl.
how upsetting he's going to be, how upset he is even in preseason they can't get a playoff correctly.
Right.
That's great. Is there too much? Probably.
But people say, fans say they want that access. Fans want Hard Knocks, okay? But when you really get the other side of what actually happens in football, don't then tell me, oh, he was mean or he is not this or that. That's the nature of it.
Well,
Don't be upset by the access you get.
That's what's ruined my Hard Knocks experience this year because
They tried to be too PC.
Too cookie cutter.
Yeah.
It's not Hard Knocks. It's just Knocks.
It's just Knocks. I mean, but think about it, though. Let's look at it this way. Is it more about the team? Because
I think any team.
You think there's some characters on that team?
I think so. If you really wanted to, but they don't want to.
Okay.
They don't want to.
All right. I got you.
Speaking of characters, Zach Wilson, he was asked after the game if there was any throws that he'd want back from preseason game number 2.
Yeah, I mean, there was 2 for sure that I want back. I had the deep one to Esco that I underthrew him on. He's fast. It was a far throw. It was a lot further than I think I was anticipating when I originally threw it. So I want that one back. And then the one in the end zone, kind of like a layer ball over the top of the backer in the end zone that I definitely want back as well.
See, when he said layered, remember I was telling you about the
washing machine.
Certain guys can't.
That's how I remembered it.
You know what this is equivalent to? He almost lost his mind when we were ringside for UFC and I was drinking and talking to my buddy next to me, who I had no idea was. Right? Yeah. You do this to me every day.
No. That's
every day we talk football, you basically have a drink ringside.
Okay, well, it just wasn't the place for it. You were on media row. We weren't ringside. If we were ringside and you were a fan, that would have been fine.
That guy wasn't media. Then why did they have a bar right next to us?
We sat down in credentialed seats. It said Leroy Horde, Odyssey, or whatever hell station it was at the time. We were sitting there as representatives of the media, and you and Beast were sucking back cocktails.
Enjoying the fight.
Gotta be professional.
Should we have taken our laptop out like you? So look professional?
I was a professional. Then you guys made fun of me because of my question to Dana White afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Ridiculous, dude. Oh, man. Well,
payback.
Leroy may not get Leroy may not get my washing machine reference, but I'll tell you who will. That's my guy, Ara. Yeah. All right. For the best dry cleaning in all of South Florida, use our friends over at A&T Dry Cleaners. You can call or text Ara at any time, 954-610-9383. Whatever your laundry needs may be, Leroy. Cleaning, alterations, measurements, whatever it may be, he's got that for you.
Look, they've been around for 40 plus years. It's family owned and run. Mama Ara is the seamstress. They can do same day sewing. Just please give Ara a call, 954-610-9383. Back to school, you got your couple of weeks in. You got to get everything nice and tight or fitted or taken out or let. They can do it. They service all of South Florida, Dade, Broward, and Southern Palm Beach counties, and they can pick up and drop off your orders. He's a fan of the show. Ara, still waiting for you to come through, my man. Still waiting.
Man. It's football season, Ara.
So if you mention Tobin and Leroy, tell them what you get, Tobes. Tell them what you get.
25% off your order. You mentioned Tobin and Leroy show. 25%. So give Ara a call or text today, 954-610-9383. And I promise, once you use A&T Dry Cleaners, you'll never want to launder your own clothes again. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 104.3 FM, WQAM.
I just got the text this weekend.
About?
Absolutely not.
What one?
The wrestling.
Oh, my God.
Why?
Why?
Frogboy wants to go.
First of all, I was the only black person there.
Team bonding. It's probably different people.
And one of them climbed on the top rope and said, "What's up, Evander Holyfield?"
That's true. Yep.
I wanted to go ragdoll him. That's not forgetting the one that was motorboating everybody in the front row.
Yep.
Those were different times, Leroy.
Oh, okay.
The same thing's not going to happen.
You think? No.
I do think this is a different federation, Leroy. I believe
exactly.
Multiple federations?
Yeah, we went to micro wrestling, and this is
can't even say it.
I can't even say it because it's offensive to the little people, but it's MMW, and you guys can replace what the M stands for. Blank Mayhem Wrestling. We went to, I believe, Micro Wrestling League, I think, or something like that. I think it was MLW, I think is what it was.
So there's multiple.
But see, I think you're able to say it considering they call themselves that.
It's
on the flyer.
Hey, you
I
want to know
don't
something?
think so.
No.
I'm not making myself an eligible receiver on that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna
say
I'm gonna pass on that.
Okay.
You can say it, Jennifer.
I'm not saying it.
Okay,
so you're not saying it.
If you're not going to say it, I'm not going to say it.
Wait.
Don't
After
say
the
it.
conversation we had Friday, we are being extra.
Oh, yeah.
Out of abundance of caution,
exactly.
We're going to sit this one out.
But it was
I'm not going.
Jennifer, we walked out of that. I don't think you realize, like, we
wanted to walk out there, and here's what we said. First of all, I'm going home and I'm taking a shower.
Yep.
And second of all, we will never mention this to anyone.
Which we did. I mean, multiple times.
Constantly talk about it, so that's defeating the purpose.
Yeah, but that was a coping mechanism. Like, we really were horrified, especially with the little luchador doing the motorboats.
Look, those were dark times for you guys, okay? And I wasn't there to save you, Leroy.
No one's there.
I would have had to. Wait a minute, Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
I would have had
none of that stuff would have happened if I was there.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that's what everybody else thought.
Like, so let me get this straight. In your scenario, you have yourself leaping over 5 rows to stop the little luchador from motorboating a bunch of Boca MILFs?
Well, I didn't say that. I said it wouldn't happen to us.
Well,
that
didn't happen to us.
I didn't go into that night thinking somebody was going to call me Evander Holyfield either.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I would have jumped in the ring.
And wait, and then I start looking around. It's like, damn, I'm the only black person here. This is a bit offensive.
Well, it was just the demographics.
Really?
I mean, I don't know how many.
We were in Boca.
You always
it seemed like that should have been at the Davie Fair.
You always tell me about what intangibles love to do, and I kind of feel like non-intangibles don't go to micro wrestling.
I was sucked in. You guys sucked me in.
Well, JFig wants to go back.
Did you go?
I can't necessarily go back. I haven't gone.
Did you go under false pretenses, or were you fully aware of what you were walking into?
No, we went there knowing what we were going to see, but the extra stuff caught us off guard.
Yeah, we went in because, first of all, we were offered free tickets. I don't know if we were giving them away or what. Beast had the connection. He's the one who set it up. But I don't recall what
there you go. Bam.
I don't recall what led to us going, but I will tell you, whatever we expected to happen, it was tenfold.
So, we saw micro wrestling and we brought a macro wrestler with us.
Wait, what? I don't get the joke, I fear.
He's fat shaming. He's about
okay.
He's just being mean to Beast.
I'm not being mean to Beast.
Okay, dude.
I'm not. It just fit.
Just leave Beast alone.
I'm leaving Beast alone. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. This is the honest truth, right? I said, Beast, I will get up, come pick you up, and we'll go to the gym together every morning. I offered. Am I lying, Tobin? He said, I'm getting back into it. I'm starting to do stuff. And I said, yeah, I say I'll do it with you.
Good.
Like so,
That's
and he
nice.
said, "Nah, never mind."
Marlins, they salvaged the series finale against the Red
Woo!
Sox.
Man, like every time I turn on the Marlins, it was like 6-1, 7-1, 3-1. Like it's been a rough week and a half.
Yeah, Friday stung because Sandy was awesome for like 6 innings. And
That third time around,
yeah, third time around, they got him. Now, he only gave up a run. They lost 2-1, but they got him out of that. I'm just like, it sucks because it's like I remember
Sandy would have broke something if you took him out.
Six innings with Sandy was like a jog. It was nothing. And now you're just like you're happy when he can mosey on through it. Now
I mean, he's not back. He's got to build up that that Sandy stamina. So like you don't want to get him. It's still early. I mean, still got a bunch of starts left, so you don't want to get too carried away.
Well, the Marlins they lost 2-1 on Friday. That one hurt. But then yesterday they come back in the 9th. Dane Myers goes deep, and then Jakob Merci beaucoup.
Yeah.
With a big 2-run homer, gives the Fish the 5-3 win. Jakob Marcy, his start to his major league career has been awesome. This guy has been so damn good for the Fish. So they're able to salvage the series finale there. They did you see what happened to Dane Myers, by the way? Because he got a little redemption. I don't know if you saw, Leroy, but earlier in the game, oh, I gotta send you the video. It was painful. Dane Myers makes an incredible rundown on the ball, catches it, probably robbed a home run, but he hits this bogus Fenway Park fence that's like a slinky out there, and he goes, and it jerked, and the ball goes over the fence, and it turns into a home run. So he goes from robbing one to giving up one all in the span of 2 seconds because that fence was made out of I don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm like, what kind of a fence is that?
Not like Jose Canseco.
Not like Jose Canseco, but it was still like, here, I'm going to send you the video right now. You can see, because this was crazy. He was running this puppy down, and you could just see the look on his face as it pops out of his glove.
Yeah.
It was so brutal. And
Shy Johnson said it best. Tobin should have tweeted Merci beaucoup.
I did.
All right.
That was
we're getting a live look.
That is what I tweeted. And you know what happened? They auto-translated me and they ruined the joke.
Oh boy. Here we go.
So Dane Myers is running this puppy down.
Oh my goodness. Wait, why is that? Oh, because that's the gate to the bullpen.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look how flimsy it is.
Yeah, well.
It's got like this slinky give. I'm like, what is that door? And look at the look on poor Dane Myers' face. And Dane Myers, dude, up to that home run that he had in the 9th, he's had a rough go of it. Dane Myers has not been hitting. And
I mean, he's got that big old glove. Why was it snow coned?
Dude, he's running down the ball. He should have had it, and it should have been a catch.
Do we do 2 steps? How many steps do you get?
What do you mean? How many steps do you get?
Like
you gotta complete the process. You can't.
Yeah, but
it's not 2 feet in bounds. Like once
that's
you
what I'm saying. I don't know what completes the process.
You got to come down with the ball. You got to come down with the ball.
Up. Let's see. Did he have to get that? Oh no, he never caught it. He never really caught it. He had it, and then
he had it. He got it knocked out of him because that stupid slinky door that was there. And you can see him reach back, like it pops out, and he tries to catch it again. But anyway, he bounced back. He got redemption in the 9th. Him and Marcy get the Fish the win. So very that
was brutal.
Much needed for the Fish, because if you would have got swept by that team and you would have lost bottom of the 9th, walk off on Friday, and then you would have lost because a stupid ball popped out of someone's glove.
Right.
I mean, that would lead me to drinking if I was Clayton McCullough.
Right.
Like Clayton McCullough, that's a pour a sad whiskey on some ice when you get back to the hotel room. That's what that feels like. Marlins are back at it tonight. They take on the St. Louis Cardinals at 6:40 Perez is on the hill tonight. You got Edward Cabrera and Sandman. So you got the big trio up there. And then the Blue Jays are in town on Friday. That's a tough series.
They're leading their division, right?
They're playing really
Yeah,
good
they're
baseball.
playing really good.
Really good
They have
baseball.
all the juniors.
Yes.
They got Bichette. They got
Vladdy. So I don't know if Biggio's still with them or not. Not sure.
How is Conan's son doing? Is he in the minors?
He got hurt. No, he was the starting outfielder, but he blew out his shoulder. He dove and it tore the labrum or something like that. So he had to get surgery.
I got that.
It was rough.
That's fun.
So after that, then the Marlins get into all their divisional opponents. So a lot of Washington Nationals. So the schedule lets up a little bit for the Fish.
Because the last time we said that, they almost got swept.
Against the Braves, yeah. That was a disappointment.
And a 4-gamer too.
5-gamer.
5-gamer. They almost got 5 games in 4 days.
Lost 4
to 1. Right.
That was tough.
So they got genuinely swept.
Take a break. More to come here on the show. We're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 104.3 FM, WQAM. Let's get to our training camp report, which right here, sponsored by Miami-Dade County Public School Technical Colleges. Enrolled today in one of over 60 Miami-Dade County Public School Technical Colleges affordable training programs to get fast-tracked to a financially rewarding career in 1 to 2 years. Convenient day and evening classes give you the flexibility you need while you learn. Go to careerinayear.com and get there. The news today for the Miami Dolphins, I believe Mike McDaniel is going to speak to the media at some point today. They brought in Matthew Judon for a workout. There was reports earlier today that said that the Dolphins had come to an agreement with him. Those have been tempered by Barry Jackson, who says that no agreement is in place, just a visit as of right now. So we'll keep an eye on that. It is a little bit
you know what that's called? Kicking the tires.
Kicking the tires, dude. That is kicking the tires. Kicking the tires on Matthew Judon. And I would say if it's just a visit, I'm a little less worried about the Jalen Phillips, because when I first saw it, I was like, uh-oh. Because my thought was, Leroy, we were going to get Judon agreed, and then I was going to get Jalen Phillips is on IR for the first 6 weeks. That's what I thought we were going to get. I was nervous. So hopefully this means he's okay. It doesn't mean that he's okay, but I just hope that's a sign that he's okay. The other piece of news is Xavien Howard, former Dolphins cornerback, is on the Colts. He is signed with the Indianapolis Colts. He's back after not playing last year, which means Fins versus Xavien Howard week 1. And Tua, I'm going to need you to make like you're hosting Thanksgiving and carve him up. Okay, dude? Better carve him up. You better carve him up. That's what I want to see. I don't need anything crazy like Xavien Howard having a game-sealing interception in my life. All right? That's going to make me put my head.
Wait, you think if he could pick Tua off, he wouldn't still be a Dolphin?
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't need that in my life. I don't need it in my life.
Okay.
I feel like you shouldn't have even said anything about
What do you mean? You're calling me a jinx?
I don't believe in speaking. I believe in speaking things into existence. So let's relax on the I word for right now.
I don't know what to tell you, Brittany. Like you didn't immediately think it as soon as it came into as soon as you heard it. That wasn't your first fear, is that this guy is gonna read to it like a book and be like, I know this guy. I've seen him in practice. Boom.
I didn't say that it wasn't a fear. I'm just saying I didn't speak it into existence.
I don't feel like I spoke it into existence. We're in the trust tree here.
You gave the vibes.
You gave the vibes.
What do you mean I gave the vibes?
This can't
the
happen.
vibes, man.
I bet you a lot of people weren't even thinking about it, and then now you put it in everyone's head, and now everybody's thinking about it, and that's like power of manifestation. And I don't want that. And
negative Nancy's out there.
What? Here,
what do you want, fortune?
You know what? I'm gonna say this to you, Brittany. Don't be scared.
I don't like the way you said my name there.
Don't be scared.
I like it.
Don't be scared.
I mean, I'm not
I'm
scared.
scared. If you were scared, if you were scared of X, he would still be a Dolphin. You understand that, right?
I get it, but we've seen crazier phenomena.
He hasn't played football in a year. I ain't afraid.
Well, it's listen, what is it that Toby Keith used to say, dude?
I don't know.
What?
How would I know? Look at the show. Read the room. Read the room.
Well, aside
Why
from
the hell would I know what Toby Keith had?
What did Toby Keith
say about Tupac or something like that?
No, Leroy, you can also fight this because you be listening to some different artists out there.
I listen to but Toby Keith.
Okay. Well, aside from saying Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Aside from saying that, he also said, I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. And so you gotta be worried.
If I was close to
he
you,
was working on this during the break.
And can I just tell you, if we were in the same vicinity, you would get attacked right now.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
I don't believe it.
Get attacked.
Oh my goodness. Wait, I was reading a private chat and it said, keep stretching. I'm sorry. I'm like, what we get ready to do? Like some sit-ups.
-1 to you.
Yeah,
-1
to you, Leroy.
That was like 3 seconds ago.
I know.
You didn't notice that we were going for like 35 minutes
Literally.
straight in the
No, usually you have to tell me we got a break.
Yeah. No,
That's true.
we were going long just because they were fixing something, and now my button bar's broken, and I'm upset.
Is it broken? No.
It's terrible. It's all gone now. I can't access
Are you
anything.
serious? Okay, let me text.
But wait.
No. Text tomorrow because then he's gonna come
don't
back
text. Don't
and
listen to
then.
her because she wants a button bar, and she's not getting a button bar.
Oh, that's what you think.
Oh, that's what I know.
Wait, so you don't want me to?
Can I just
No, because
you
then
text
you're gonna come
Tobin?
into the
Tobin,
show, and then
don't
someone's
work.
gonna have to get off the screen.
Look, let's be clear. They like her more than they like us.
I'm very charming.
Anybody that she talks to through there, you hear the little pitter patter of feet coming in. Everything okay, Jennifer? Everything okay? JFig, everything you need. What do you need me to do?
She's a bully. That's why.
Right? Yeah.
I'm not a bully.
She's not
Really?
really. She's a bully. She'll take your lunch money, shove you in the
Crop,
little lockers.
and crop your ass out of life.
Yep.
No, I just know how to ask for things.
Me too.
You know what I need to ask for? Can you ask Eric Spoelstra to start Nikola Jović because we need to start this guy?
I mean,
so good. He's so good.
So let me ask you real quick because it's football season, but you want to throw in a couple of heat things. Who should be your starting five right now?
Who should be?
Who do you want?
Or who will be?
Right.
I mean, who should be? It should be Tyler, Norman Powell,
Yeah.
Bam Adebayo,
Yeah.
Nikola Jović,
Yeah. Kalel
Ware.
All right. So Bam
But
would
it's
be
not going to be.
Bam
because
would be the 4, Nico would be the 3, Kalel would be the 5. Norman would be the 1 or the 2. I want Norman as the 1. I
Just
need
say-
Tyler
just-
off the ball.
Just say they're your backcourt. Tyler's going to have the ball in his hands more.
Okay. All right.
No,
But
know,
isn't he better when he doesn't have the ball in his hands more?
He's going to have the ball in his hands a lot, dude. He's had the ball in his hands his entire career.
Again, we're trying to maximize the talent.
What I really want though is I want tall time to the nth degree. I want all 3 bigs out there together, and I want to see what that looks like. Now they're not going to start like that. It's going to be Wiggins starting, obviously, but I want to see that. Or potentially, maybe Nico beats out Kalel Ware in the starting lineup at the start of camp, and Kalel's coming off the bench.
So, but Nico will be the 4 and Bam will be the 5.
Yep.
Okay.
Still big though.
Which is weird. You just said Nico beat Kalel out, but then Bam is going to be playing that position. Doesn't that sound weird?
Because I'm just talking starters. I'm not talking position.
I got
I'm just
you.
talking
I got
5
you.
guys.
I got you.
I'm just talking 5 guys. That's all I'm talking about. They'll figure it all out on how it's supposed to. I'm telling you right now, he was this battle that he had with Franz Wagner.
How do you know it was in German?
Well, I got my eyes, and you know when
your eyes also saw that possum and thought it was a threat.
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
Your eyes deceive you sometimes.
Look, I watched him go
Closed
up
captioning.
against Franz Wagner. Franz Wagner is one of the stars of the Orlando Magic, who everybody's saying is better than the Miami Heat. Okay. They also had Tristan da Silva, who was one of their stud rookies last year. They had Schroeder. Schroeder's German. All right. This was not some.
Wait. We know because he got the 2 things over his.
He's German. And so
I know because he got the 2 little circles over part of his name.
All I'm saying.
Black folks don't do that.
I'm just telling you.
We don't have Ignes and all that stuff and the at the end of names and the 2 little dots. Like
Not you with the enye.
I'm just telling you that I watched this battle. I was like, man, he didn't just beat some jokers from Costa Rica. This guy beat some dudes, and he was the guy. And I was like, that was moment of truth. That's what I needed.
So they won what did they win?
Super Cup. They were Super Cup champions. 2 wins over the weekend. They beat Czech Republic, and then they beat Germany for the Super Cup.
What's Super Cup?
I don't know. It was in Munich.
To the what?
Super Cup.
The Super Cup.
Okay, thank you. I didn't want that to slide.
No, I'm just that's what it's called.
I don't believe you.
It's called the Super Cup.
No.
The Super Cup.
That.
That's what it's called.
Dude, there's nothing I would like more is to fly you to Germany so all the Germans can kick your ass. Yeah. It'd be worth it. What it cost me? $17,000?
I don't know.
to just go to Germany.
But I was excited watching it. I want to see. I think he's taking. I think they have. Now I think Luka nearly got his knee blown out this weekend, but he's okay.
Oh yeah, they did say that.
But
Jukebox is in Germany.
But I'm telling you, he says I'm in Germany. I'm in Germany. He's butchering it. Well, what do you, I mean, Jukebox. They call it the Und Super Cup. I don't know what to tell you, dude. That's what they call it. Like, if you don't know what they say there, then I'm sorry that you're lost in your own country. But it's called the Und Super Cup. And I'm telling you right now.
But Karen, you are not helping. And Toby's defense, Uns is the German national.
There's no defense in him.
It also says Uns means nothing. Und means and. You know what I mean. All right, let's not quibble. I'm not German, okay? Sorry I mispronunciated it a little bit. But I'm just telling you right now, dude, now that he's Super Cup champion, I just hope Eric Spoelstra takes note. I just hope he does.
Oh my goodness.
We'll take a break. We'll play.
How many nationalities are going to hate our show when you're done?
All of them. Is that funny show that makes fun of me? But I'm still so proud of you, Nico. You gave them an ounce ass kicking.
Didn't you send a message this weekend with that kind of with that tone? I feel like you did.
Did I? I don't know. I did send you him liking my tweet of going Jović, dude, and he liked that.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Because he's fired up. We're all fired. I just want Nico to know we're fired up down here for what he's doing over there. Now that he's
and when you mean we are, you mean you, because you're the only one from South Florida that watched it.
That's not true. People are watching, dude.
Really?
Right now.
Who else went to German Pirate to get the game?
It was on YouTube. Now, was that YouTube link legal? I don't know. It was kind of lagging. But I'm telling you.
Wait.
Do you have a virus?
No, I don't. It was on YouTube. I'm telling you, I watched it on regular YouTube. I don't know where
it's German.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Take a break. We'll take an Unz break next.
No.
Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 104.3 FM, WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Close things out today with a little all right. Oh, no. My all right. I'd be remiss if I did not mention, with all the love and flowers that I'm giving to Nikola Jović. Pelle Larsson also had himself a day against Portugal, which I have not mentioned today. And so I wanted to give some love to Swedish Swish. Now, they didn't win, which, ultimately the name of the game is to win, and Sweden did not beat Portugal. But they are not the national power that Serbia is. So still want to give credit where credit's due to very handsome Pelle Larsson, who, just spends his life at the free throw line everywhere he goes. Summer League, NBA, FIBA. Dude just is always finding his way to the free throw line. Very aggressive player, Leroy.
He plays like Jaime did his first year.
Nah, I think he plays with a little bit more reckless abandon than Jaime does. Jaime's like foot pivot. Remember that guy we had on from that's what he is. Just like pivot in the paint footwork. Pelle Larsson just throws his neck at the rim.
Right.
My oh no goes to my Hard Rock account because I took a bath this weekend in UFC betting. Man, that whole betting the underdogs thing did not work. And also Chase Hooper. He also lost. He was one of the biggest favorites on the card. That championship fight with Hamzat versus Dricus du Plessis. Wow, that was a demoralizing fight to watch. He basically had Dricus du Plessis in a crucifix for 2 straight rounds, which is where you basically had their arms pinned down. But he also couldn't finish him, which was also annoying. So they basically had to watch this guy have him tangled up like a pretzel for 5 straight rounds to win the championship. But that's the sport. People always wonder, is that going to be beaten? Probably. Is it entertaining? There's more entertaining things in the world. But he did win very dominantly. And,
the fact that he's able to get in that position multiple times shows his dominance, whether he knocks him out or not, right?
It does, but also when you could do that, well, here's what I would say. If you could do that whenever you want, you also, I think, should have more propensity to open up a little bit more and cause some damage from the top because you could take the fight down whenever you want.
Right.
So I get what people are saying. I think both criticisms or people who are defending it are fair. I think it's fair to say that, hey, if you can't stop it, too bad, how sad. But also, you're that dominant. You're taking them down every time, 20 seconds into the round. How about a little bit more action, Jack?
Right.
So, congrats to Hamzat. No congratulations to me because I bet on Dricus du Plessis. But, man, he had one turnaround there in the final round. Because Dricus du Plessis' whole thing is everybody thinks he fights like a bum, but somehow he wins. Like, he looks like he has no style, no grace, but somehow he pulls off these victories. Like, he'll trip himself into a win. It's crazy. And that literally seemed like it almost happened. Like, he was getting dominated for 4.5 straight rounds. And we almost had like a Anderson Silva, Chael Sonnen situation where Chael was dominating and then got caught in a triangle.
Yep.
So anyway, that's my oh no. You're all right. You're oh no.
My all right, as I mentioned earlier, the Dolphins. I don't know how it's going to translate to the regular season, but I'm seeing a purpose, and I like it. I like the guys that they have running the football. I like how they're running the football. I like how the offensive line is handling it up front, to the point where we had questions about their pass protection, but when you're running the ball downhill, that pass protection seems to be working, right? So very, very happy with where they're going and where they're heading. I just hope everybody, continues on this path when the regular season starts because everybody tries to run the ball in preseason. I don't know. I tip a little olipop for my homie, Oreo, no longer with us.
Oh, no.
And I never thought that I'd miss a little 20-pound dog, but damn, I miss a little fella. Even the dogs are sad. Yeah, it sucks.
House is quieter too, because
he only barks at me. So the house is quiet, right? The dogs are laying around. They want to play, but they're looking around for Oreo.
Who's the most sad? Luna, Zeus, Dre?
Probably Luna. Yeah, probably Luna.
That's a
because
bummer.
they bark at each other all day, right? And I would say that Rebecca was the saddest because if you even walk towards Rebecca, Oreo would bite the hell out of you. Now, it didn't hurt. He didn't realize it didn't hurt, but he was like, I got your back.
I appreciate it.
But she was better than all of us.
Jennifer, what is your all right and oh no here on a Monday?
Well, I'm going to start off first with my oh no.
Hmm?
I was kind of off the grid this weekend, and I was to the point where my phone was on SOS mode and I had no idea. So that's why I was very silent on the chat. And I completely missed the Dolphins game.
Well,
Oh, no.
I mean, it is preseason. You didn't miss much.
Right. But you know what? I felt sad not being able to relate to your text messages this weekend. My all right is jointed with Brittany.
Yes, we conspired to
Oh.
join our all rights.
Yes.
Yes.
So our all right is that Taylor Swift has a new countdown on her website.
For the album?
No,
don't
because that
know.
already happened. So now everyone's alluding
For the wedding?
everyone is alluding that this might be a possible Super Bowl announcement.
Wow.
Which I would cry screaming on the floor.
But wouldn't it be too early to say that?
I don't think it's too early. She's Taylor Swift at the end of the day.
Be a little weird for her to do it, though, and the Chiefs not in it.
Well, she doesn't need the Chiefs.
She
can
doesn't
do
I'm
need
it.
not saying she needs the
She's
Chiefs.
not in association like that.
Hey,
He is
you
associated.
know what's crazy?
very
She
much.
is. She is. But
If the Super Bowl get Taylor Swift, they won't need the Chiefs either.
exactly. That's the mentality that I like.
I
to
mean, I don't want, listen,
Okay,
I'm
but
not, like, because I got to tell you, some of the greatest Super Bowls I've ever seen was the halftime with Prince, the halftime with Michael Jackson, right? Those are all-time greats.
understood. But let's just say, let's paint the scenario
Oh,
that the Chiefs lose in the AFC Championship to either Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson, and then the boyfriend has to then go take it to where's the Super Bowl this year? Do we know?
yes, it's in
New Orleans?
49ers.
Oh, yeah, 49ers.
San Francisco.
Levi
San
Stadium.
Francisco. Okay, Levi Stadium.
Yes.
No, I'm sure he's gonna be like, yeah, but you know he's gonna be like, because you're gonna have to watch Joe Burrow.
No, doesn't work like that. Nice try, though.
It doesn't work like that. You always say competitors compete.
Yeah. I mean, like, but if you put forth your effort and the other team's better.
Okay. Yeah.
Regardless, I need it to happen.
Let me get this straight. The hairy behemoth who was just in the ocean with a construction vest on, you have rationale for him in 2 weeks? Okay. So
anyways, I just need it to happen. Thank you.
So am I now on Brittany's oh no? Because you guys have the same
Yeah, we have
all
the
right?
same all right. Yep. So
Gotcha.
we're 10 minutes out from finding out what it is. So don't worry.
Oh, it's 2 o'clock is the announcement?
Oh,
Yes,
it's today?
Well,
yes.
it came out of nowhere.
Yes.
It came around like the 12 o'clock hour where
Yes.
people were tweeting like, oh, she has a new countdown going on. Yep. There you go.
All right.
Oh,
You guys gonna be bummed out if it's like, you know,
If it's something stupid, I'm
Just
going to be
some
so
gimmick?
upset.
I don't
She
think
doesn't do. She doesn't really do gimmicks, though.
That's true. She doesn't. She doesn't.
She doesn't really do gimmicks. She don't need to sell
If it's not a
product.
Super
She
Bowl, I
don't
don't
need
really-
to. Right.
no one's above showbiz.
This is a little early for the Super Bowl, though, isn't
That's
it?
what I said though. It's
I
too
don't-
early.
It's wishful thinking. My birthday is the day before the Super Bowl. So if the Super Bowl's on the 8th, my birthday's on the 7th. I need a Taylor Swift themed Super Bowl party. That's like my worlds colliding. Sports and Taylor Swift. It's like that would be the best day of my life.
Oh, somebody said pregnant announcement.
Why would
No,
she
that's
do
not
that?
right,
First of all,
impregnated.
that is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That would be
don't sound like
No.
crazy.
Wouldn't you want to do
I
that
would
on
say,
the
what
podcast?
about a wedding?
If you do a countdown,
They
for
already
you're
did the
pregnant,
wedding,
that's
and they're
big
just telling you.
that she's already married?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that she would.
She wouldn't do
that.
it for
I don't
something
think she would
personal.
do that. I don't
She's
think.
mentioned she won't do anything personal like
And
that.
she already released the album, right?
Not yet.
No, October 3rd is. She just announced the album.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Proposal?
What if she's
They're
announcing?
engaged?
I don't think you're understanding. She will not do some
don't
sort of
think she's-
announcement for something personal in her life like that.
Hold on.
Oh,
What
no.
about Taylor Swift's fantasy football league?
That would also be the best day of my life. Anything that's Taylor Swift and football related is going to make me so
do you
happy.
think she goes PPR or non-PPR? Do you think she goes 2 running backs? What do you
I
think,
think she's
she
gonna
goes?
she's
Leroy?
gonna
she
go
goes 3
PPR
tight
because-
ends.
Quarterbacks. Does she goes flex? We'll find out. I guess we'll find out in 8 minutes.
Yeah, we'll find out. We will find out. Now, for my oh no, you guys would be so proud of me. It's still F1 themed.
Oh,
No. There's
listen, you got to keep the bit going, and
I do have to keep the bit going.
I may not care about F1, Brittany, but I love a bit.
Yes, I have to keep the bit going. So I tried to. It's half NBA, half F1, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But when I opened my phone this morning and I saw this photo, I didn't know where to put myself because I don't know who on Lando Norris's PR team allowed this to happen. But there is a photo of Lando Norris next to Giannis.
Oh, I saw that.
Why does he look 12?
Because he's not 12, but it makes him look 12, which again, why would his PR team ever allow him to do this?
I mean,
And why
always the
is
Greek freak. It's
wherever
not-
they are, it's hot as hell. Why is he in a leather
It
jumpsuit?
is the most obscure. If someone would have told me this is a Photoshop photo, I would have said, yeah, that makes sense.
It looks Photoshop.
It looks
is the
Photoshop because
most
they look like
obscure
they're living
photo.
in 2 different conditions.
It is the most obscure photo I've ever seen. Never in my life would have I thought that Lando Norris and Giannis would be standing side by side.
And
Never.
in Greece?
I don't know where they are. I mean, that would make sense because I mean, obviously F1 is, mostly in Europe, but apparently they're partnering to do a Google.
Oh, that's
something
a
with Google
racing suit,
Pixel.
Leroy.
Oh wow!
There you go.
Leroy,
How
that
about
makes so
that?
much sense. He's in the
Jukebox.
racing suit.
He's
and
shaking my head
Lando's
in
in the-
disgust.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
yeah. But okay,
Yes.
so it's a
He's
racing suit. So they're promoting
the,
something that has to
micro
do with
wrestler.
racing.
I think in fairness, Jukebox is already in a bad mood because I keep saying "ounce" is a real word.
Yeah, I think he's upset with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my oh no because I think he looks so silly
But
standing
now
there.
that you know it's a racing suit, now you know they might have
Are you
something
excited?
going on with the car.
Well,
Well,
She
I'm
is
not
racing
excited.
with
Who
Taylor
said I was
Swift.
excited?
I don't know. You love F1.
I do, but I don't. I'm not a McLaren fan, so
I understand. You'd rather
and I don't really
see-
care for Giannis either.
You'd
until he
rather
plays
watch
for Miami.
Jović race.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yes, Tobin. I will.
That's our show for today. We will talk to you rascals tomorrow.